on live.
Are we live? Were we live? I don't know. Hey kids, welcome to the 1 6 pack. I don't know. I hit go live and it says go live. Do you want to? Yeah, I want to fucking go live.
It says live for me, so we're live.
All right,
I'm live.
It's you can tell it's been a while.
Tom and I have two different looks behind us. Trevor's got the same look. I'm very excited.
Not that there's many people with us right now, but we'll see. Listen, I can't blame them because the beer I almost got tonight was called Ghost. I didn't end up getting that because we kind of ghosted everybody for. You know how long it's been?
I'm gonna imagine
8 months? April.
I was gonna say 6 or 7 months, but it might be 8. Is it April?
Yeah, very close. Yeah, it was 9 months.
Oh,
9 months. Yeah. Which I don't know how, but to me, I thought it had been over a year. Man, it felt like a long time since we've done this.
I knew we did the top 10 last year, and so that happened in January.
Yeah.
And I knew we did like 1 or 2 more after that, and then it's been like gone since.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a while. This is episode 26. We're porting this over from the old Xglue YouTube channel over to my channel. There's going to be some photography. Where the magic happens. There's going to be some photography elements to this, so I figured it fits in. This channel's evolving anyway, so stick with us. There's going to be more photography stuff. Speaking of photography stuff, just quick before I get into who's here, because that'll take me all 10 minutes. Giving away LumeCube light kit.
Snap!
After we hit 1,000 subscribers here, is that right set up? Yeah, it's right set up. So all you got to do is be subscribed. Leave a comment in any one of the videos that really from last year and this year, starting in 2021. And yeah, you'll be entered once we hit 1,000 followers. So you'll be entered to win that.
I'm subscribing right now.
That's
incredibly
thanks,
rude.
TJ. That's
yes.
That's great of you. Well, you were going to be. Well, never mind. We'll get into that later. Let's see who's here. Figueroa. What's going on, Figgy?
We have Paige. Evening.
Bry.
What's up, dude?
We got Paige. Paige is here. Hey, what's going on, man? Paige, I just watched your review for Captain Nemo. That was very good.
I need to do that. I heard he wrote to me quick, like while I was working, and he's like, "There'll be a nice surprise in there." I'm like, "I need to know what this surprise is." I'm so hyped for that second figure.
Paige's dulcimer tones, it's just enough to like you just get pulled into it. So nice. It's a great voice. Tom Clayton, Nestor. It is Sabrina, right? Yeah, Bree. That's what I said. It was Bree.
I said Bry because I thought it was Bry, but it's Bree. Yes.
Yeah, I noticed. I recognized the icon.
Because I thought it was Bry, but it's Bree.
What? Hello.
Yeah. That's TJ watching.
Yeah, like I can't see the chat, so I'm gonna use my phone. I thought it was
turn the volume down before you put YouTube on.
I'm struggling today. Like
I know it's a professional show.
I know.
We all have parents that struggle with photography or technology. It's fine. We're used to it.
That's fine. I have no fun.
The Motu Guru is here. Motu Guru is somebody that's over on the Legion's Lounge. I wonder if you,
nice.
Motu Guru, are you sure you're not here for the Legion's Lounge? It's not tonight. It's next Monday.
It's okay. He can enjoy the banter. I think we're good.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Yeah, it's fun. All right. Well, welcome everyone. We got a lot to get through, so I don't really want to screw around too much. But let's get into brews and news. What are we drinking, boys? TJ, what do you got? I'm gonna throw it over to you because you promised us some good.
Cool. So I got a Pilsner, one of my favorite types of beers. Pilsner. It's from Counterweight Brewing. Workhorse. I was trying to get something a little more local, but it was all IPAs, and IPAs aren't for me. But
you're a cider lager guy.
Shout out this mug that I got from Jordan.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Bearded
nice.
Toy Man.
Very nice.
See the capes and rifles. It says TJ.
Put your hand behind it.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go.
There you go.
That's cool.
There you go.
That's really cool.
Nice. Well, cheers.
Fabian's Finest Freaks is here. He does some incredible work too.
The MTU Mondo figures. That's why Master of the Universe Guru is here. Because you put my Hordak shot on the thing for this.
Oh yeah.
Well, spoiler alert: Hordak did not make my top 10.
Wow.
I love that figure. It's just, you know what it is? It's it's the lack of articulation that brought it down for me. The look alone is like gorgeous, and I love him. You know, I should have put him on my honorable mentions, though. To be honest, he belonged on there.
Yeah. Tom, what do you got to drink?
So, who here in this group is familiar with the show Parks and Recreation? Yeah. Oh, both of you guys. Okay. So you know the game, the Cones of Dunshire. The Barrel Brothers did a beer for the Cones of Dunshire, and it's all about the cones. And it's a wet hopped IPA. So it's actually kind of delicious. So they sold a 4-pack. I picked it up. I thought it was funny. And nice. I like Parks and Rec. So
it's amazing the branded beers now too. You know, like naming them after stuff like that. And you know, I'm assuming they got the rights to that. I mean, you gotta block that up, right? I'm thinking.
You know what's funny is they don't say anything about Parks and Rec, but they talk like everything that Ben talks about on the show is here, or Adam. It's Adam Scott as the actor, but I think his character is Ben. And like his entire monologue is here, but nowhere on it is there like a trademarked like NBC, Universal, or anything like that. So
is it local, like hyper local to you or something?
It is in Sonoma County, so yeah, it's fairly local. The Barrel Brothers.
Maybe they just went and did it. I mean, I think, you know, it's the Wild West with the beers. You know, I mean, it's like if you don't, it's kind of like, you know, copyright stuff on toy photography and shit. Like if you don't make a big deal about it and distribute it all over the world, nobody's going to give a shit. But interesting.
Toys Era made a beer. That's what they would call it.
That's right. That's right.
Paige, I see. Paige is a fan of Parks and Rec. If you like IPAs, let me know. Just send me a DM on Instagram. I'll see if I can get another 4-pack and send it your way. Because it's really good. It's really good.
Is it good? Yeah. I got a black lager.
Oh, nice.
Which I've never had before.
Night Shine.
Yeah, Night Shine. It's good. It's kind of in between like a porter and a lager. It's like a heavy lager. It's interesting.
I've had black lager before.
Maybe a little more amber. I don't know. Yeah, I can't figure it out. It's like a dark tasting lager. You know what I mean? A lager is a lot. I mean, it's a light beer. This is very dark tasting. Good though. All right, enough of that. We got a lot of shit.
We have this like I love this. We have this like big beer background. All of our stuff is beer, right? Like
we talk about beer for.
We talk about beer for like 2 seconds. We're like, all right, now on to just toys for the next like 2 hours.
Well, I mean,
wait, do we want to?
We could talk about beer some more, but like, you know, I don't know how much anybody here is here for beer. B wants to hear our amateur take on beer. I can't even describe my dark lager. So,
but let's just not describe it as Rocket Raccoon juice, please. Thank you, Paige, for that. That's gross.
Yeah. Cool.
All right. Let's take a look at the first thing we're gonna hit is some new announcements. I am
confused,
cautiously excited about this, but confused is a good word. This is a third-party unlicensed figure. This is a licensed figure. Legendary logos, at least unless they ripped off the Legendary logo and are being very brazen about it and putting the copyright and everything. But this is from a company called Og Toys, which sounds like they started up in August or something. I'm not sure.
Do you think that Og Toys, because I know some of these companies like are, when they start, they have their own name, and then once they get like a licensed brand, they kind of change the name. Do you think maybe it's a company we don't know of?
Maybe.
You mean it's a company that we already know of who is changing their name to do a licensed figure?
That's my question.
Like a Susu Toys is now getting legit,
right?
Under a different moniker.
It's interesting.
That way they can kind of keep their like unlicensed stuff on the side without getting in trouble when they're doing the licensed stuff. You know,
totally possible because I mean, of course, like there's it's the Wild West over there. Nobody's paying attention. So
well, the description for Og Toys said that they were all like industry vets. They've been at it for like a decade or something like that. And I'm like, but they don't go into any specifics. So we have no idea who these guys are, but clearly they had enough cachet behind them to get Legendary to be like, sure, here's our giant license.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get into like conspiracy theory shit and start connecting pieces of thread behind me and stuff, but like the logo has like a paint splatter, which is also sort of the Pop Toys. That was the Pop Toys logo, right? Wasn't it kind of like a little splatter of something and pop on it? So I don't know. The clothes, I mean, here's the thing. The clothes are looking really good on this. Tailoring looks pretty nice.
Yeah. The stitching is a little
really
big,
good.
but yeah.
I don't know, but that's 4, rows of stitching. That's not too bad.
I think that's probably
that detail.
Why. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's meant to be like take the place of some sort of other detail. I have to look at the suit again, but it's not like it's a collar stitch. I mean, we'll have to see. I don't know. But I mean, it doesn't look bad. I mean, now the sculpt, on the other hand,
it looks a little
sus. Yeah, I'm a little.
If you had told me that this is a 1/12 scale figure, I'm like, they nailed it.
Oh hell yeah! I would be all. In fact, I'd be all over 1/12.
Yeah.
Now this looks pretty good. I mean, again, I want to zip through these because we got a lot to cover, but that looks all right. I mean, it's the same thing, better lighting on this shot, definitely. The chin, I don't know, looks a little thin, but I mean, the uniform looks really good. Again, there, not so much. It's all right.
It's a prototype. It's a new company. We don't know. Who knows? They might knock it out of the park when it comes out.
I think it's that jawline is something messed up there.
I mean, the dude has a crazy.
He does.
Jawline.
He does. Yeah, he does.
I mean, it's better than anything 3.0 has put out recently.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay, I will disagree with that only because 3.0 has been nailing anime figures. I know you guys aren't into anime figures, and that could be why, because they don't have to like nail like a likeness. But their Naruto that like they showed off recently looks like phenomenal. I'm gonna buy the shit out of that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. No. Yeah. 3.0. Yeah. We'll have to stipulate 3.0's. More licensed TV likeness, actual human likeness figures. Not so great.
Right. The Transformers are fucking killer though.
He's got that light. He's got the glow light that follows them around, which I thought was a really cool thing. The Gom Jabbar, the hand. It's nicely appointed. I'm just excited that there's somebody's doing Dune figures. Shocked that it's not Hot Toys to some degree. Dune is a weird thing, man. I freaking love the hell out of this movie. I've already seen it, watched it like 4 times now.
I went to watch it this weekend. We've been waiting after we moved, got settled in, and everything like that. We put up HBO Max this past weekend, and it's gone. So we're waiting until the middle of the month. It's coming back on like the 16th. Oh. So we're gonna watch it.
It's off HBO Max too?
Yeah, they only put it up for 30 days, and then it goes to like theaters only for 30 days, and then it comes back.
So that's due back
to theaters again?
I think so. I don't know. Well, it's not on HBO Max.
Well, I got to tell you, I mean, you go to IMAX. If it's out in theaters again,
I'm not going to IMAX theaters during this right now.
You'll probably be alone.
Maybe.
We were basically alone when we saw this in IMAX. It was like 10 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday or something, but it's a fantastic movie. Really good. I'm just happy that somebody's making them. I hope they continue with this. I can't imagine if you're paying for the license, you're not going to continue. Yeah. I guess depending on how this does. So if you're a fan, get out there, grab it.
Well, I imagine. They announced something else.
Another Dune figure?
I think Gunny was announced.
Really?
Yeah.
Can you look that up?
Nerd by Northwest asked if it lacks something on the small screen. I can only imagine it does because this movie does look like it's like big sweeping scale.
I think what you miss is that honestly the soundtrack, the Hans Zimmer music is like IMAX blasting all over the place.
DTS digital surround sound. I'm fine.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm saying now in this day and age Jesus Christ, but when people have 65-inch or bigger TVs and beautiful surround sound in a 3-piece set. Yeah, no, you're not gonna. It's not.
It's not going to shake the room, but it's not going to make me sad either. Oh yeah, they did announce another one.
Jason's here.
Look at that.
Can we throw that up? What was that on?
It's on. I could get it up here. Yeah, give me a sec.
Can you share it? Oh, you
I
can
will.
put it up here.
I need to move it from our text message.
Don't ask me. I don't do technology. Right.
Yeah, we know.
All right, I'm going to take this down. I'm going to move on to our next.
Do it.
Yeah. This is why that slides thing is so good. Yeah, I just want to remove from the screen. There we go. All right. This should be easier to do. All right. Second thing up here is Bela Lugosi.
Bela Lugosi.
Yeah. Action deluxe figure from now this is Infinite Statue, which is caustic plastic. I guess it's caustic plastic. I don't know why they're going under Infinite Statue at this point, but
This is exactly what I'm talking about. These companies change their names constantly.
Yep. I guess, but I mean, it's right there. It says caustic plastic, Infinite Statue.
Legit.
So I don't know what this means. Whatever. Because they've done other things under caustic plastic, but they have had some. They did the Braveheart figure that I have. It's the basis of the figure that I have. But this looked. I thought this looked excellent, man. I mean, really, really nice. The clothing looks really well done. And the sculpt, I think the sculpt is.
It looks spot on. I was staring at this the other day, and I'm like, I'll be honest with you, and this is like possibly a shameful thing. Is like consider myself a little bit of a movie buff, but I've never seen any of the Bela Lugosi Dracula.
Oh no,
no.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's dated at this point, and it's it's not. It's campy to some degree. It feels campy anyway. It's meant to be campy. Obviously.
Yeah, but sometimes the camp is the best part of like watching these classic things.
I do. Yeah, I love I love these things, and I love any what's his name, Vincent Price.
Oh yes,
the 50s, 60s movies. Any of the Edgar Allan Poe stuff that he did was fantastic. So it's fun to watch. I'm not a huge like classic monsters fan. This is I think $330.
Well, he comes with that full casket, right? That he could actually get in and get out.
Full casket, which is pretty crazy.
Yeah.
What, $330?
Yeah. This is the deluxe edition. I think there is another edition without the casket. That's not as much. Maybe I don't have a price on it. I'm going to guess $280 or something like that. Paul Atreides is $255. Just to go back to that. But yeah, I'm digging this, man. I'm thinking this is. I
think it's so. I'm with you. I don't have like a huge like affinity for the Universal Monsters movies themselves, but I love like the look of certain ones, like the Creature from the Black Lagoon. I have like 5 different like Mondo movie posters of the creature because I just love the design. I love like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's something about that movie quality that just like it's just striking look. And Bela Lugosi is a classic look of Dracula for sure.
This is something that I want as part of a set, though. You know what I mean? If they're going to do this, I want the Karloff Frankenstein. I want the werewolf.
I just want the werewolf.
That would be dope. The werewolf would be awesome.
I would be in 100%.
Also be interesting, although I think it would lose something to see like a black and white version of this too.
Yeah.
That's like it's a cool. In reality, like putting it on the shelf, it's not as cool as it looks.
See, I actually think the opposite. I think the black and white looks great on a shelf because I've considered getting the Mondo Creature from the Black Lagoon in black and white for my shelf because like that's what he looks awesome in black and white. But then if I ever want to take pictures of it myself, if I didn't want to do black and white photography, I have to I guess I gotta. That's the color in myself.
That's my thing. Like, if you want to do black and white, you can always make the color picture black and white. So it's an interesting take. The only thing that I have like that is the Psycho figure from Rain Man, which is all painted in like a grayish. It's interesting, but I don't know. It seems gimmicky to me. All right.
I mean, it is a gimmick, right? It's so hey, like it's a silver screen monsters. Let's put it on your shelf as a silver screen. It's black and white.
Right. Yeah. I wish you could switch.
I sent you the picture that TJ sent. So if you see it. There you go.
Oh, damn.
That's good. That looks great.
Wow.
I mean, who did the cable figure that's not Hot Toys? Because they did a better job of him.
You think so?
Yes.
I think this looks pretty goddamn good, man.
Or maybe I'm just confusing.
You haven't seen the movie yet.
No, I haven't, but I know what he looks like. I know what Thanos looks like. Okay, there's no nutsack there. All right, that looks like hair.
Yeah.
It's hiding the nutsack.
Okay, all right, good.
Yeah, no, I got to tell you, man, I think this looks pretty goddamn good. I'd like to see it really close up, but
yeah,
I think I'm really excited about this.
Yeah, me too.
I really didn't think anybody was going to do it, or I thought that it was going to. No offense, I thought it was going to go to like Star Race or something.
I thought it was going third party.
Fuck, man.
Star Race.
Because I mean, as it is, I bought all the McFarlane figures and they suck.
Oh, I've seen them in the store, and they almost made me not want to watch the movie. They're like
awful.
The movie looks great.
Yeah, I just got them because there's no representation of Dune, and I love that movie so much. It was like it's become one of my favorite movies.
I gotta say, like the armor on him looks really cool. Like I like the look of that. I don't know if that like looks picture perfect to the movie because again I haven't seen it yet. But when I've seen the trailers, it kind of looks like it.
This is the one downfall of this movie is that they're kind of either where you're like I'm glad they went with that uniform for Paul and not the suits, the still suits. Some of them are going to have still suits, you know what I mean? And it's going to be a little boring. That was the problem with the McFarlane figures. They're all in still suits. They all look like the same figure with a different head.
Is that just the black suits that they're all wearing?
Yeah, those gray sort of, rubber looking suits. So, yeah. Hell yeah, man. Bearded Torment. Jordan's in on everything.
Oh, dude, Jordan's going to kill it with photography on these things, too.
Yep.
Like, when I was looking at figures for this top 10 list, I hit up Jordan's page because I know he always has like figures that aren't hot toys and whatnot. And I want to see, like the Orm he did, the Ocean Master. I was like, oh, but that came out this year. Because otherwise, this looks amazing.
Oh, wow, we're really not in sync at all.
Okay, all right.
I think it looks good.
Let me say why. I like the other head that he comes with, the exclusive head.
See, yeah.
It looks good. It looks like he did in the movie when he was reaching for the ring.
But that was like literally 1 second of the movie. It's an odd expression. It's an odd thing to do. I think there could have been other accessories that I would rather have paid for.
Yeah.
A different expression, friendly expression. He looks very dour.
He does.
Why am I hearing myself, TJ? Is still you?
What are you blaming me for?
I can hear myself.
You know what? I can't hear you, so maybe my speakers randomly got too loud. I don't know. I'll turn it down a little bit.
Yeah, it just, I don't know. I mean, it's their standard Hobbit body. Looks great. Clothing is great.
The clothing looks good.
Things.
Yeah, the clothing looks really nice. I agree with you. The head looks a little melty, a little like a Granny Smith apple left outside for too long. But... it's
a little squarish. The forehead might be a little high. I mean, there's no way you're going to do, this is not a sculpted hair, or this is a sculpted hair sculpt, but just something about the eyes. And I think it's the distance between his nose, the plellum, I think it's called, and his mouth. I don't know. There's something too big about that. I don't know.
I will say, though, I do think this likeness is better than, what's his name? The last figure we looked at.
Which one? Oh, you think so? No,
yeah, I do.
Are you drinking?
Yes, of course I'm drinking. That's what the show is.
No. Have you been drinking?
Yes, I was drinking while we were setting up for the show.
It's 5 minutes of the show, but anyway.
Yeah, the quilting's nice. This is great. I mean, I'm getting it. I got it, of course.
I was going to, but I decided not to. I don't have any of the Hobbits.
A little disappointed with that. I don't know. Let's see what's next.
Fabian says, or Fabian's Finest Freak says, the face is too big for the hair. Do you think that's what it is?
I think that's what it is. I think there's a combination of the hair. The forehead is a little too big, and that area between his nose and his mouth is too big, and it's pulling everything long. Yeah. And I think they squared it out too much. It just doesn't look like him. I'm sorry.
So, all right. This looked amazing.
Yeah.
It's a re-release, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
With a new body?
Yep. New body. And I have the old one, and I got to tell you, that figure has made me crazy for forever. It's not good. It's a pain in the ass. It's broken several times. All right, granted, it fell off a shelf once. That's not its fault. But everything's just very fragile plastic.
Sounds
so now,
like user error to me.
yeah.
Ooh.
No, it was kind of flimsy. The body was very flimsy. It never really sat on the horse well.
So this one doesn't come with a horse though, and that's why I was like, I want to order him, right? Because I really want a Nazgul, but without the horse, it's like it's weird.
I think you'll see the horse again. I think everything's coming around. I haven't confirmed this with them. I can probably ask. I talked to them about this like, yeah. I talked to them about this like 2 years ago. They were getting ready to re-release it, or saying that they were getting ready to re-release, and it's taken that long to get things going. So it could be a little while for the horse. I can't imagine that they wouldn't do the horse if they've already got the mold and everything.
Yeah. Well, hey, I mean, they've had the Azog, the Defiler mold for what, 5 years, and I haven't seen that guy come out anywhere yet. So
right.
Yeah.
What's great about this though is all this metal now is alloy. Die cast. Nice. Some of it's die cast. It's going to be heavy.
Well, good.
That's my only other fear.
But it's only on the hands and the legs, right? That's it, because the rest of the body is just the shell.
Correct. Yeah, it should be okay. But then you get the weapon in its hand, and I've even had that on other Asmus figures with the weapons being made of alloy, and suddenly they're sinking down. Quickly,
that's actually a really good point. If that sword is metal, that arm is just going to constantly just droop down.
Now their joints are a lot. If they're using the body that they used on the Legolas, the joints are ratcheted in the elbows, so that might strengthen it. You might be okay there, and the shoulders. Are the elbows ratcheted? I think the elbows are ratcheted too.
I mean, I hope so. If they're going to be doing die-cast like gauntlets,
yeah.
So actually, Jamie, Nerd by Northwest, has like a really good point. He's like, "You think this could double as a Sith?" And I was thinking, maybe a Sith, but also the Red Skull from Endgame, because I could put the Red Skull head right on there.
This robe is perfect for that, man. Yeah. It's so perfect. And I got to tell you, if I pick up one of these things, I may just like kind of bastardize my other one for something like that, because I love that. I think I was the person that stood up, and I didn't literally stand up, but I was like,
dude,
giddy when he came on the screen. Nobody else was like, it's the Red Skull. I'm like, it's the Red Skull.
Yeah. I was nerding out so hard in the movie theater when that happened, because like right after when Captain America ended, I looked over at my friend, I'm like, they didn't kill off the Red Skull. He went somewhere else. I'm like, and so the whole time I was like waiting for him to come back, and then it paid off so good at the end of that. But we're digressing so far off the
the Nazgul. But yeah, this looks great. I mean, lots of weapons swords here. Yeah, this is, what are we, $200.
That's worth it.
I mean, I'm still like, I think $200 is great. I mean, granted, they don't have to do a sculpt.
Those swords are all going to be die cast like Gimli, right? I imagine.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll get this.
You get away without a sculpt, obviously, for this, and you could say that that's kind of maybe it should be 180. But I mean, their stuff has been in the 170 to 180 range, and given everything that's happened, everybody's prices have gone up. $200 for this, I'm perfectly.
I feel like I robbed them when I bought Gimli and Thorin.
Oh my god!
So therefore, I feel like I owe them a little bit of money.
Everybody did. I know. It's true. It's true. Yeah, that was a good one. I think I just have one more here.
I don't know. So my question to you is, where did you end? So we haven't talked in 7 months about news.
I know.
There's so many figures have come out, right? And I was like, oh, I wonder what's in the news section, because you could go.
I know. We didn't have a chance to talk about it, and usually I'll ask you guys for input, but I was just like, you know what, the top 10 is enough. I basically threw this together, and like if it, it's something to talk about. We got some released figures to talk about real quick, but this is
awesome. This series is awesome.
Yes, it is. And I'm kind of sorry that I'm not sorry that I'm not into it, because it's just another thing that I don't have room for. But I've gotten some stuff from Dorgmal Snow, who's customizer, who does very much in the same vein as this, but they're obviously handmade. and I would love it to go with stuff like this. But this little dog bot is great.
French bulldog bot, yeah, that's awesome.
So these are like, what is it? What are the 1/18th?
Oh, the 3-0 ones or the acid?
No. Acid rain. Like acid rain blown up to 1/6.
But the detail in so they've had these guys they've been coming out for years, right? And last Comic-Con they had a female figure with like another robot, and I was just staring at that thing, and I was like, "There's no way that this is an actual figure. This looks like a statue."
Yes,
but it's a freaking posable figure. These things are ridiculous.
And it looks like it poses fairly well. I mean, for all the shit that it's got on it, to even be able to do that deep knee bend there is pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's another, and then you get a head sculpt with it. You know, It's a little bit more anime looking, but I dig it.
You know, I'm about that.
I know you are. The head on the little dog you can see comes off. The little bulldog face comes off to reveal like the robot face. It's cool. This is really hard to resist.
You brought up the Dormal. So I thought I imagine one of his figures shows up in your list this year because I know you released one this past year.
I didn't count those, but go ahead. You finish.
I would have. Why not? But so I would have thought that like when I saw this figure release, I was like, well, I really want this, but if I buy it, I'm gonna feel like I'm gonna have to go out and get something companion, like get a collection to justify a shelf or something like that. And I was thinking about that, and I know how much like those figures are beautiful, but they're also, you know, they're custom made, so they cost the amount of a custom made figure. And I just like, man, just buying into this one figure, I already spent like, I don't know, another $1,000 in my head, and it was just like, it was hard to justify.
Yeah, Nerd by Northwest. Does Asthma stuff sell out during pre-order usually? Not unless it's a limited edition. There's occasionally they've thrown out things that are either reissues or sometimes, what the hell was it they do a one-off of last year? Maybe it was a reissue that it was gone in like an hour. They announced it at like, you know, Hong Kong time, so it was like 6 o'clock in the morning here, and by the time I got to Facebook and saw it, it was gone. There was only like 100 pieces or something like that. So not usually have time.
That Bilbo is super limited, right? There's only like 500 pieces made.
It was, but it's still available as far as I know.
I mean,
you know, so.
But like the Nazgul will probably still be around. Like Gandalf, the Crown Gandalf was available until like the day the production model was out, and then sold out. Yeah.
I think people started seeing that in hand and getting that, you know, getting a look at what was really going to look like, and
that's what I did.
It sold out pretty quickly. Yeah. I think a lot of people did. Understandably, you know, it's a new thing. But yeah, these are very cool. Digging these a lot. It's going to be very hard to resist that. I really want something to go along with these things because I want to start shooting them. I have 4 of them, the Dormal Snow things.
You have 4 of those?
Yeah, I got 2 of the Hanoi, I forget what they're called. Hanoi Troopers. So the 2 of the red troopers, I shot those before. They're on my. And then I got 2 females that look great. And you know what? The other reason that didn't make my list is I bought one that actually didn't come out this year. I bought it this year, but he had reissued it. He had like some extras that he found.
Okay.
Like that. So,
and that's why, like, before we get into it, I'll say that's exactly why I wanted to do an honorable mention, because I put some stuff on there that like I got this year that were older figures that I'm like, they can't make my list, but they're my favorite things I bought this year that were in 1/6. So
right. So let's get into that. Just taking a look and seeing how many people we got here. I don't know.
Should have everybody's name.
What's that?
You should have everybody's list.
Yes, I do. Yeah, I got everybody's. I'm just going to remove that.
Oh, I can remove that.
Kick. Okay, yeah. Please take that off, just so I. Okay. So I don't know which one is TJ's. You named it. Most of them I have Watsu, but that's okay. TJ, did you have any honorable mentions before we get into the top 10? I think we'll go through honorable mentions and then we'll start.
No, nothing for me.
Nothing that just didn't cut it. We were having, I'll be honest with everybody, we were having a trouble coming up with 10 that were making. It seemed like a kind of a thin year to begin with, and then for me at least, I tried to keep it to things mainly that I bought, even though there were a few things that I wanted to put on that I didn't buy. But I didn't get a lot last year. I mean, I probably got 15 1/6 figures tops, maybe.
It's weird. Like
Maybe.
I bought a lot when I moved to the house just because I had all the space, but like getting to 10 was a little tough.
Yeah. It's hard to put anything. Some things just don't belong in a top 10. That's
right.
The reason.
That's what I was hitting at, because like when I went through the list, a lot of figures did come out this year, but there was a good like 4 or 5 of them. Like, I guess I could put them on my top 10 if I really need a couple slots.
Yeah.
But they're not my top 10, but they're cool looking figures.
Yeah. Like Lando Calrissian, I'm happy to have that. It's great. The likeness isn't fantastic on it. Kate is a little kludgy, so didn't make the list. I didn't put it in my honorable mention. All right. So you have none. I'm going to start with Tom's then.
Yeah. So my honorable mentions are pretty much comprised of things that were either re-releases, which I consider the Far From Home, even though it came out. And actually, I guess it came out like December 2020 if we're going by like Hong Kong. But we went.
That's the other thing. We went by U.S. release. We didn't go by Hong Kong release because there would have been a lot of things that didn't make the cut and we didn't see. So
yeah. Although I will say I did add one item to my actual list that is a Hong Kong release because it came out in December in Hong Kong. I was like, this deserves to be on my list. But anyway, so I missed the first release of this figure, and so when they put it up again, I was like, I should get it because I saw so many amazing shots, and everybody's like, yo, you could pose the crap out of it, stuff like that. And I gotta tell you, like, he's in my shelf here, he's doing a crazy pose, and he's one of my freaking favorite figures I got this past year because I can do so, like, he can actually pose like Spider-Man can, and the drone that he comes with is just a really cool accessory to have in shots.
Yeah. And this was this the only way you could get this drone, or you could buy it?
No, they sold the drone separately, but
separately
for a ridiculous price. It was like $180 for just
it was nuts.
The
Mysterio didn't come with one.
Yeah,
the Mysterio didn't come with one.
No,
which is shocking, right? He should have come with 2 small ones at the very least.
Doesn't make any sense. Yeah.
So
this is a cool look. I don't know. I never wanted to buy into this. I mean, I'm trying to keep, again, I had a no Marvel rule 2 years ago, and now I've got 2, 3, almost 4 shelves of Marvel. But I got to keep it within some sort of parameters. I'll go nuts. All right. So
yeah, I'm clearly going hard. I'm going to start building out more of a Spider-Man collection that I have. I think I have like 4 arriving this year. But Kaiman was another one that was, so technically not a re-release, but also he is, because they 3-0 did this, and they had done him before in the manga suit, which is like a black suit. But this figure is gigantic, super detailed, has some nice accessories, but also he's lacking on, I think, the most important accessory, which is an open mouth. Because Kaiman, he has like a lizard head. There's a guy that lives inside of his mouth that he sticks people's faces inside his mouth, and he asks them questions, which is really bizarre, but having an open mouth is very important to this character. So I was kind of disappointed that he didn't have it, but at the same time, he's really beautiful. He's a beautiful figure, and he's gigantic. And when I got him, I was just amazed. So he made my honorable mention.
That's wild. I mean, so is the interior of his mouth just supposed to be like the regular interior until
there's another head, basically back where your throat begins, like where the uvula.
I wonder if they felt that they had to do that. But I mean, if that, just you describing that to me, I don't know this character, but just you describing that to me, like I would be like, what the hell, man? Like, where's another head?
The thing that got me was the original release came with more accessories than the re-release did. Like, he came with like, so you could also cut this character's head off and he can grow it back. It's part of the lizard thing. And so the other one came with like a severed head, the head in a jar, like all this extra cool stuff. And so this release was kind of light. Granted, I think he was like $150 brand new. So, it's a cheaper cost, but I would have liked to still get those accessories on the side.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't know 3-0 did stuff like that, like re-release with the lesser pieces.
Yeah, they do like repaints, recolors, new suits of things like that. Like, I don't know how many Optimus Primes they've done, but they've done a ton.
Oh, well, that kind of stuff I can see.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
This is another re-release, but this was like
a beautiful
re-release.
shot too.
Thank you. That was one of mine. Everything else was like a product shot. But this one, I haven't unpacked the bike yet. But once I unpack the bike, he's like going on my display behind me. This was like a dream figure. Akira is like a massive, like one of my favorite anime movies of all time. Actually, my favorite anime movie. And to have a chance to get this figure and the bike was just like a dream come true. So that came this past year, and I like lost it with it. I was like, I loved it. It's amazing.
That's fantastic. This is an older release, though, right?
This is an old release, I think, from early 2000s. But it's Metacom, and then
so this is new to you. They didn't re-release this.
No, this is a re-release. That came out this year. Yes.
Okay.
Of an old release. Like this is the Wave 2.
Because I remember you unboxing, or you put this in your story, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's cool." I didn't realize they put that out, and then I guess I was thinking that maybe that's the older figure that he just picked up, and it's new to him or something.
No, they actually did. What I was amazed by is they did the figure came out first. They announced, we're re-releasing the figure, and then separately they're like, we're going to re-release his motorcycle as well, which was way like more important because like that motorcycle, like I think before they did the re-release was like a grand.
I remember that. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it's like the Tron cycles and stuff. It's crazy.
Yes. So it made me really happy. So I'm just happy to have it in the collection now. So that deserved to be there.
Cool. All right. So my first honorable mention is Exo 6 Data. I think these guys did a great job on the first two figures out of the shoot here. And the sculpt on this was great. I mean, there's not much the thing is there's not much to say clothing wise with a Star Trek figure, especially this version of the Star Trek figures. I mean, it's literally just a gray uniform. So it's basically all about the sculpt and the accessories here, but it's nice looking. It looks good. They did a really good job, and you got a lot for you get the two sculpts with half Borg face and stuff for the money. So, for the price of it and being the first thing out of the door that they did, I thought it was really good. Yeah. Just didn't make the cut. The only, I think this is a fantastic looking figure. It's just the lack of mobility with the suit, or at least as far as I want to push it without feeling like I'm going to rip it. But it's incredible looking. I mean, it was a real close toss up between this and one other figure, but it just didn't make the cut. But
I was the one thing about this release that because I love this figure, but the one thing that disappointed me was this was the end game version of Nebula. Why didn't she come with the orange plate that you could swap in?
Yeah, that would have been cool too. Yeah, good point. That would have been really cool.
I mean, you're right. That's what she looked like in that movie. This is the evil Nebula that we're seeing here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the good Nebula had the orange plate, so it's like really
true enough.
A bizarre choice.
Yeah, true enough. Yeah. And third, again, came close, but we weren't counting re-releases. So,
wait, that came out this year?
Yeah, 2021. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
About I think October. I think I got this. It came in. I think that they redid the sculpt on this, and I think it's much better than the original. Not by miles, but enough. I think the clothing and stuff that they did, the changes that they made to that. I mean, it's been years since they made this, so they've had time to improve things and sculpting and stuff. But I thought this came out. The Einstein, not so much. Not great.
I've seen I've seen ones that you can get at kids stores that have like barrels. I
know they look more like the dog.
Yeah.
I mean, this doesn't even really look like Einstein. And the fact that he's got that that break there, and yet that doesn't move at all, is kind of a bummer. But Marty looks great. And it got me to buy a Back to the Future figure, which I never thought.
Are you going to get the new set, the one from Back to the Future 3?
No, I'm not that big a fan of Back to the Future to begin with, and then a deep cut like Back to the Future 3 and cowboy uniforms. Nah, I'm going to get these on the shelf, and I'm contemplating Doc Brown because I don't really love what they did with this Doc Brown. It's the wrong,
face?
Yeah, it just doesn't look. I think the likeness is bad, and this is a reuse, right? This is a reuse sculpt, and it's just not the right. I don't know. It just doesn't. I'll probably pick it up just so I can have them both on the shelf, but it's going to be that or I'll sell Marty, one of the two. I don't know. Yes, it does. Fabian says that dog looks like it came from Michael's Crafts.
You know what, Fabian? I bet the ones from Michael's Crafts are better.
The thing is, they probably look better. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. So that was that. That's my So Tom, the third one here, the second one is TJ's. I'm just going to go by that. So all right, let's get into this top 10. I believe TJ, this is you. I'm going to take a guess.
Whoa,
we'll find out.
Oh, this is loaded.
What do you mean?
Just wait.
Loaded.
Just wait. No,
Okay.
it's loaded.
Boom.
That is TJ's.
There you go.
If Thanos is on it, it's TJ's. That's what I know.
Exactly.
It's been on it 3 years running.
Well, I know, but we had that thing where you guys bent the rules a couple years ago, and destroyed my top one.
Mm-hmm.
But
no, the top one will forever live in your heart as the top one.
No, you were still wrong. But anyway, listen, it's been 2 years. I'm over it.
It doesn't sound like you are.
I mean, if you want to bring it up again, but actually, I deliberately made this top 10 because it's a great figure, but also it's still fucking Thanos. I've seen this. I feel like I've seen this 8 times.
Yep.
But I do appreciate the battle damage, all of the extra details, and the different head sculpt. Not that one, great shot by Alex Brooks, but the defeated head sculpt.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
That was a nice touch.
Yep.
It's a great release. The battle damage is really nicely done on him for sure. I completely agree with you.
So that's why it's only 10 because
no, I get it. Yeah, I mean, if I was completist, I mean, your pictures made me get Thanos, the armored Thanos. But the battle damage, this and the Tony, I think they look great. Your pictures of that were great too. They got to look great on the shelf. It's just I can't get that deep with some of these things, but it looks great. Good pick. Yeah. Good pick.
Are we doing everybody's number 10?
We'll do everybody's top 10. All right. This is Tom's.
I'm gonna eat shit for this. Go ahead, please.
Oh boy, here we go.
I have 2 pictures of each.
So did I.
Yeah. Okay. So when this figure released, I posted on my stories wow, they dropped the fucking ball. This looks terrible. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I opened him because I got him. He's in the middle up here. I opened him this past week, and I was amazed how good he looked in person. I think the pictures just don't do him justice. So I'm going to make it my mission to make you guys understand why he made my top 10. Plus, I think it was episode 2 of our show that we did our most dreamed figures, and CW's Flash was on my list. So I felt like the year that he came out, if he didn't make my top 10, I was being a disservice to myself for getting one of my dream figures from the past. So
I mean, honestly, the Flash doesn't interest me at all. I know he's your favorite DC figure. This looks really good here in this shot, man. It looks really, really nice.
I gotta say, the actual head sculpt of Gustin Grant, the actor, looks way better than any of the pictures I saw. And this is not a knock on any of the photographers that Hot Toys has. It's just I don't know what it is, but in person, it looked just like him. I was like, this is shocking. And then I look back at the pictures, and I'm like, this looks like Star Ace did it. Which
I mean, it could have been protos. You never know. I mean, it's photographers and having to deal with prototypes. I kind of feel that. It's up until recently, I hadn't been through that really too much with some not so great sculpts. But how Motu Guru is asking, how big is Thanos? How big is Thanos? Is Thanos 18, 16 inches?
He's going to show him on stream that's going to help anyone know how tall he is.
Well, I mean, in comparison to his head, I suppose maybe. I mean, you don't know how big.
I do have a big head.
Well, why don't you put a regular Hot Toy next to him?
There you go. He's a massive beefy boy.
Yeah, he is. Actually, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, wait a minute. Let me embiggen you. Hang on.
That Iron Man is 12 inches, so Thanos is probably around 14 to 15. Yeah. Do it again, TJ.
There you go. That's awesome.
Oh, wow. Yeah, definitely 15 then, around about.
Fantastic.
I don't actually have anywhere to put Thanos on any shelf.
You got a lot of space, man. You got to maximize that space.
Oh, I'm
a lot of room.
Eventually.
I don't want to hear you crying about running out of space.
No.
You made the most of that one room you had and putting things under the couch, and it was amazing. All right.
Can we just leave TJ up as the main screen the whole time? Because I like it. It's like putting him in the hot seat.
I'm going to talk so much shit. Anyway.
All right. My number 10.
You have to actually talk to get, to talk a lot of shit.
God, I didn't even put down my top 10.
Dude, I'm so well rested today. So well rested.
Yeah, because you had a snow day
off.
Even with shoveling, so well rested.
I wish I could say the same.
I know.
All right, my number 10 is going to be a surprise to me. I can't even remember what the hell I picked. Oh, there it is.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I know everybody loves this thing, and I know it's like the value is skyrocketing because it's it didn't. I don't think it sold a massive amount. It came out. When did they solicit this? Like right after the episode, basically, and he had an episode. You know what I mean? But very, very cool. My only gripe with this is it's a movable statue. You know what I mean? It's hard enough to get that pose right there with the gun and have the bullet, the Gatling sort of fit into his backpack and stuff. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass to move around. Like I got him into a pose and I kind of left him there. Like I'm not even sure this is possible.
It's not.
I think I tried this. But it's beautiful looking. You get it into a pose, it looks fantastic. It's just not very mobile, and it's not very. I mean, you'd think the Mando with the suit underneath it is, people take the suit out of that. This thing's got the same suit, and he's heavier, so he's got more padding, and it's immobile. But beautiful, beautiful figure. Love the accessories are fantastic. Did a great job. Looks great on the Mandalorian shelf. So
yeah, he's a badass. I think this one looks awesome. If I was going that deep into Mandalorian, I totally would have done this for sure. Because I had like even the what is it? The Death Squad? What's the squad of the one that rescues?
Death Trooper?
Is that the Death Trooper? Is
yeah.
I had him on my list for a little bit, and then I removed him, and I put him on honorable mentions, and I removed him again. I don't know. I love I almost had the whole Mandalorian line because I love that show, and this one was like one of those ones that just stands out. It's cool.
Death Trooper is cool, Tom. I don't want to enable you right here live, but that is a really cool figure with the light up green and all that stuff. It's very cool.
You got me on the Nazgul, so we could chill.
All right.
We could chill on buying
one of those. I'll take the win and move on.
Cool.
All right. TJ's number 9. Bing. There you go.
This is the one I was actually talking about, not the Death Trooper.
Yep. Oh, that's what you were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I just love this look.
Yeah.
Death Watch.
I just love the kind of the generic military Mandalorian look. No idea who this guy is. He just shows up with a bunch of other dudes that look like him and just start shooting droids.
Yep. These guys are bad.
I may have bought more than one.
How many did you get?
Just 2 for now.
Okay. You need 3. You need 3.
Available.
Yeah,
so
have 3. Everything comes in 3s.
I wanted to customize it, but the only it comes with 2 different leg plates. So I have 2 guys that have 2 different leg plates, and in my head I'm they're unique.
You need one that has a damaged helmet or something like that.
I mean, if anyone's watching and they want to customize it for me,
I'll customize it. Send it to me. I'll just take a hammer.
No,
I can make it good.
Pass.
Okay.
Anyone not named Tom, but yeah, no, I love this figure. I took out the padding to get more articulation on mine.
Oh, you did.
Apart from that, it's great.
I think this is my problem with these figures. This didn't make my list either, and it's a really cool looking figure. And I think it's something about the simplicity and the color scheme of this thing that make it look really, really cool amongst the Mandos and the Fets and stuff. I know a lot of people. This made their list, and it's really really cool looking. I think it's that padding. I think I got to start doing that, and I'm just a little hesitant or overwhelmed or strapped for time to do.
To remove the padding?
Yeah.
Like if I could do it.
No, I know it can be done. I just spent literally an hour and a half getting the new deluxe Legolas's arm back in its socket. Taking, I mean, medieval threads and
Well, you're talking
oh
about you're talking.
No,
about,
I understand. Like you don't have to take as much off here, but
Asmus is a little bit different in the amount of detail that goes into a Lord of the Rings outfit than a Star Wars Velcro. Remove it because I'm going to take the padding off my Mando and like do the body swap thing so I can pose him a little bit better. Yeah, totally.
Are you swapping the body too?
Yeah, I'll swap the body. I'm going to do what Joe did.
What body did he swap it with? I don't know about
the Phison bodies.
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He can pose the crap out of it. He's stable.
Yep.
And he looks really good in that suit. So I was like, that's what sold me on that. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do that.
All right, good pick. Number 9 for Tom.
One more.
I'm sorry, you had 2 pictures. Sorry, shit, that looks cool.
Most of them either have 2 or 3. Actually, all of them have more than 1. So most of them have 2 or 3.
You tell me when to stop. So, it doesn't matter. We'll just go to the number. We'll know.
That's
all right, number 9.
Oh, right. This is my one that just dropped in December. That I was like, this figure looks so damn good that it has to be on my list because it's.
See, we should have discussed this because I did not put this on my list, and it definitely would have made my list.
Wait,
it was like
no, me too. Like this counts.
It was December 20th.
Is it out in Hong Kong? And
I thought it was January. No. Like the first.
It came out in this. I looked at the dates. I looked at everything. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we all love this figure.
No, stop the show. Stop the show.
We'll come back next Tuesday.
This is going in. No, it's amazing.
Yeah, there's 3 pictures on this one. You could cycle through them all if you want.
Yeah, they. I hate to say it because I did the one for whatchamacallit in the past. Now I'm losing the QMX.
Oh right.
And I thought that looked good, but this beats it.
This looks like it's the movie. Like honestly, half of these pictures, I'm like, this looks like I'm just seeing. The movie.
Yeah, the blogger photos for this were excellent too. Yeah, a lot of really good ones. I'm really super psyched about this thing. I mean, I was disappointed when I saw it because the QMX one was coming out. Yeah, and we literally went over to the booth, and the QMX guys saw it at Sideshow, and they're like, oh, "I guess there goes that." and their point being, they'll have it out before we can possibly get ours to market, and they would have been ready a year ago, at least. And now it took 2 years for this thing to come out. So, but
it did. But look at you know what it is? Some things are just worth the wait. And I feel like this, because I remember we also did our what figure you're going to regret not pre-ordering.
Yes.
Mine was this figure, this Pennywise, because I really thought that they were going to nail it. And I was like, this is going to come out 3 years from now. But he looks amazing.
A lot of people, I think, when they saw the prototype too, were complaining about the costume for some reason. I can't remember what the hell the issue was. It may have changed since then. I think it looks fantastic.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's dirty enough.
Yeah. Well, I think that was the thing. I think both companies. I think QMX had a little bit more dirt and grime on theirs, and I think Hot Toys could.
I thought theirs was a little too clean too. Honestly, I think maybe it does look like they dingied it up a little bit.
I think that's just low lighting.
I can't freaking wait, and I think I almost want to get 2 to have it displayed both ways with both these heads. I love that, and I don't usually ever do that for stuff. There's some swap them out every once in a while, but they look great.
There's some talk in the chat about Biojex Elliot's shots of this guy, and I just want to also say I also cannot wait for Elliot to shoot this guy because what he did with I think it was like the Mezco version or the NECA version was outstanding alone, and what he's going to do with the 1/6 scale one because that's like
for sure.
When I think of Elliot does a lot of 1/6 scale stuff, I was like, yeah, he's going to kill it with this thing.
Definitely can't wait. Yeah, well, I mean, okay. All right, we'll allow this, but this would have totally made my
December. Top 10. It came out in 2021, December 2021.
Yeah, I mean, I guess next year, and I'm not faulting you. I'm not attacking you. All
I think we do like a month or 2 on either side, right? Like
well, the point being, like, you can't deny that this is going to be great. I mean, I can't imagine you're going to get this in hand and it's going to suck. Like, I don't have it in hand. You know what I mean? Like, if it came out at the end of 2020 technically in Hong Kong, but we got it in 2021. I'd count that for 2021. This is the opposite. We haven't gotten it in hand.
Wait, hold on. Like this happened to Thanos a couple of years ago. Like, so we're bending the rules again?
No,
Did we bend the rules for you or not bend the rules for you?
I did not get anything bent for me. But anyway,
the thing with Thanos was, my reason why I didn't want it on the group list was because I think the armored version looked better, and that was coming out like a month later. It had nothing to do with when yours released.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. We'll count it. But this would probably be in my top 3, if not more. But
like I said, I'm going to eat shit for my list because also, again, most of these figures I don't own, and it's totally fine. And I'm okay.
No,
with
that's fine. You don't have to own them. That's not a prerequisite. You don't have to own them, but you have to have the ability to own it.
I have the ability to own this.
I suppose if you knew somebody in Hong Kong, they could send it to you tomorrow or the last week, I guess. Maybe it's possible. Okay, we'll allow it anyway. That would definitely be in my top 3. I can't wait for that figure. I'm going to put it in my next year's.
Okay, that's fine, and I will easily accept it. Not from TJ, just from you.
Did you? Did you put it at number 7 because you didn't have it in hand and it was kind of?
Yeah, I put it at the end of the list because I didn't have it.
All right, so it's probably going to make everybody's top 3 next year.
It might be in my list 2 years running, and you know what? I don't care.
Well, in that case, all we're going to get is Thanos from TJ. It's just going to be his number 1 figure every year.
Also, sure. At this point, I just expect Thanos every year from him.
I'm just over it. It's fine. Well, Tom breaks rules, but
he is inevitable. So, all right, number 9 for me. Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about this. All right.
So it needs to be dirtier.
Yes, that was my major complaint.
Much dirtier. I bought 2. I'll probably dirty one up. I don't know why I'm feeling like so much more trepidatious about like weathering figures. I used to have no fucking problem. I get custom made figures and like let's dirty them up. But yeah, definitely needs to be dirtier. Body's good. Accessories are nice. It's Tusken Raider. It is what it is. But the thing is, I've been waiting so freaking long for this thing and holding off buying one of those sideshow things that all I heard was you have to replace the body, you have to do this, you have to do that. And I'm like, they're $350 for a, I know he's going to be a subpar sideshow, figure, just to have a Tusken Raider on the shelf. So I'm just really, really happy that these guys are out. And that's really the main reason it made number 9 is that I'm just happy to have it at this point. And
these guys are getting major, awesome screen time right now.
Hell yeah.
These guys have become this week's episode.
Yeah, they become like these background, desert baddies. Oh yeah, they're out there just terrorizing people to becoming like it's a whole other freaking thing, man.
I love we're learning so much more about them. And like what Jason just said, he's like, surely we're gonna get the Book of Boba Black Cloth Man. And like,
that's a given. I'm
all about that. When that drops, I'll probably get 1 or 2 because I pre-ordered that deluxe Boba after that episode. I'm like, I need this immediately.
Yeah,
I love it. They came out with that figure the night after this week's episode, like the night of this week's episode. Like it was amazing.
What do you mean?
The Boba Deluxe, like it.
Oh yeah.
The day after that.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see this fairly soon.
Yeah,
I mean, because you're basically talking about a few accessories and different color materials, and you're good to go.
Yeah, the head sculpt's done, right? Like that's the head sculpt for all of them.
Yep.
Change some paint.
Yeah, I love what they're doing with these guys. It's great, and I'm just really happy to have it now. So pretty cool. All right, TJ. He's number 8, Thanos. Ah, nice. There you go.
This would have ranked a little bit higher, but I don't know. Like it's the same body and almost the same fabric as like Homecoming. The sculpt is what made it a lot more different for me. I love it.
Is the sculpt a lot better than the previous? Because I haven't seen them side by side, and clearly you have both.
Yeah.
Because the first version was really good, and this one looks clearly like really good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing sculpt.
Like if anyone's watching, like correct me if I'm wrong, but it's slightly more posable. Do you guys have it? No, right?
No.
Nope.
I didn't get this because
I
think Trevor, I'm also a blue and red Spider-Man fan. Like I need the blue.
I'm just at the point where I want something on the shelf now, so I'm almost ready to just go with this.
Sabrina says she bought this Spidey just for the sculpt.
Sabrina did like a really cool mod on that neck piece.
Yeah, with the neck.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to do.
Yeah.
But anyway.
It's an awesome figure. This is a good choice for number 9.
Yeah, I might
put him
just
on
have to
my
buy
list
it
for the
as well.
same reason, TJ. It's just like he's so close to Homecoming that I was like,
yeah.
Yep. Fantastic.
That picture, Frail Vampire's icon is so because everybody's icon shows up over my face. I'm like
I know.
It's great.
I know. Tom is now a 17th century vampire child or something. All right. Did we go through all 3 of these? We did. Number 8 for Tom. Yes. Yeah.
This is
Not only
shot by
this
the
picture
talented Capes and Rifle.
fucking gorgeous shot.
Yes. And
I was so confused at first because that was on my top 10, but I removed it last minute.
Oh, I put him on mine because I was like, so the Spider-Verse Miles was supposed to come out last year, right? But he's clearly got pushed back. He was supposed to come out like November or something like that. And so I felt slighted that there was no Miles. And this one, I really want this one, but I'm like, I want to get the one I pre-ordered first before I like start diving into getting so many Mileses. But I have been like living vicariously through your work of him, TJ. And like, I also see like, I think Pop Collectibles has this picture as like their main picture for him on the site. And I've almost clicked on it so many goddamn times because it looks so good. Yeah. Like it's Miles. He deserves like the representation in figure form and they nailed it. He looks perfect. It looks just like the game. I played this game through twice on my PS4 and I have a PS5. So I'm like, I want to play through it again. Why not?
I've been saving it, but that's a different story.
Is anybody getting that? What is it? What are they calling it? The 2020 Miles or
the
yeah.
one that looks like Daft Punk.
Yeah.
One? No,
I'm tempted on that one, man. I think that looks really super cool.
I was tempted by the Bodega Cat version.
The what?
The Bodega Cat
yes.
version. Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
The hooded one.
Yeah.
So there's one more shot on this one too, because this, but I think it's by BJ Tour. Oh no, it's by I forget how you say it. Siaping?
BG? Oh, Siaping?
Yeah, yeah. But I love that he comes with the cat. Like he does come with the cat, even though this isn't the cat suit. The cat suit is a separate release.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a great looking figure, man. I mean, your picture, DJ, was selling me on this too.
Yes.
How many miles do you have? Or how many miles are you getting? 8 miles?
Me?
8 miles? See, it's a little inside joke. Nice. Good pick.
Really waiting for that Spider-Verse Miles though.
Yeah. I can't wait for that. I don't
remember if I ordered that or not. That's been so long. I think I did. I'm not sure.
I thought when we had it on the show, I'm pretty sure we all had ordered it.
Yeah.
I don't know who I ordered it through if I did. I might not have. I don't know. Might regret it. I think I was talking about getting everything in 1/12 for Spider-Verse.
Tom, this is the same material as upgraded suit in case
Oh, is it? Okay, because I haven't seen the upgraded, but not the upgraded suit, not the tech suit, right? I want the Bodega cover simply for the rollerblades. He comes with great accessories, that one. Now I want to know though if it's the same suit under that hoodie, because all the prototype pictures I only saw the hoodie. I want to know if it's this suit, because if it is, then I'll get the Bodega Cat version.
Yeah. I might that 2021. I don't have any miles. All right. Oh, 2 shots. Number 8. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so I had Legolas. I bought a deluxe version of Legolas 3 years ago.
Yep.
Molded hair. You know, terrible for a figure or a character with long hair, and the paint, very yellow, not good. There's some faults on this thing. First of all, the first fault was mine came with an arm that was detached, which again took me 2 hours to get all of his gear off, and I had to take pictures along the way because I'm never going to remember how this stuff went together. It's insane. But it got it in, and it looks great. Really happy with the figure. One of the main things with this thing is this diorama piece that it comes with.
It looks amazing.
Just insane.
Yeah.
Still, even for the price, I can't remember what this was, but I think it was just around hovering around $300.
Over 300. That's what stopped me. But
wait, it was over 300.
What really
it was
stopped me
just
was
over 300, wasn't it?
the hair
Or
color.
was it 290?
But the hair color looks
On the
better
final
in
product.
person from what I saw. So
here.
I also have this on order, and this was going to
Do
make
you?
my list, but mine I got through Sideshow before they turned out to be the Evil Empire, or what I found out to be the Evil Empire. And so like I'm waiting for whenever they get theirs in.
Huh?
I don't think it looks bad. The color doesn't look bad.
It's not bad.
The painted hair. It's weird. I got kind of a red light over it, so it's looking a little like fleshy, but it's not a bad match. It's not perfect because it's almost impossible to match the sheen and the color of this hair, but it's not bad.
It's never going to.
I mean, I may just have the whole damn thing haired anyway, but seems to be the root I'm going all my.
Oh damn, Trevor! Jordan also had the exact same issue with the arm. Now I'm scared.
Are you shitting me?
You got me scared.
Well, dude, call me up. I can walk you through it. It's not fun. I tried my best to get that thing in with the clothes on, but I felt like I was going to break something or ruin something, and it just didn't want to pop in. As soon as I took everything off, it just went right in. It was easy. But then get everything in, it was a lot of work. And I sent I like those guys. They're great guys, and they're always very helpful and stuff. But this time around, they were like, here, and they show me, a naked body with the arm, just pop it in. I'm like, well, yeah, but do you know how much stuff is on this thing? It's
it's working around the armor pieces that are there.
Holy Christ, man! All those little tiny belts that hold the the knives on and everything, and it's crazy.
But outside the issues, I understand why he's was he number 7 or are we number 8? We're number 8, right? He's number 8.
Yeah.
Like it makes sense to me because he's way better looking to me, at least as someone who didn't get the first version of Legolas.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been waiting for Gimli and Legolas when the Lord of the Rings movies came out. That was my squad, Gimli and Legolas, and those are the figures that I'm like, I need them.
Mm-hmm.
And so like when
the
this
Abbott and
Legolas dropped,
Costello
I ordered them day one. I was like, I need them.
Yeah, and I always thought the first one was pretty good. I hated the plastic hair, but the likeness was okay. This likeness blows it away, though, for sure, definitely. All right, that's what are we on here? I can't even remember.
7?
Number 7.
This is TJ's list.
TJ, number 7.
Oh,
nice pick.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot about this.
I think this is the surprise of the night. Maybe
That is a surprise. Yeah,
maybe
for me it's a surprise.
So I got this a few weeks ago on a bunch of like Sideshow points and like gift cards, and everything about it looks amazing. Like it poses so much better than any other Spider-Man figure I have, except for like Homemade Suit and Scarlet Spider. There should be a second picture. I think the sculpt was they just knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, the sculpt is on.
No, like it's I know it's animated, but like amazing.
Yeah. I wish you put this side by side with the Young Rich version so we could see the weird cross-eyed abomination that they made with this.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, they nailed.
So what is the body on this thing? Is this a brand new body for this?
If I remember, it's a brand new body.
Yeah.
Is it seamless? It's got to be seamless, right?
I'm not sure. I know like the wrist pegs.
Like those elbows don't look like there's any pinch in there. You know what I mean? Like there's any connection with a. Does it feel like a Fison type body or no?
I may not have opened it yet.
Oh, okay. It just looks like the knees and everything. There's no like.
Look at that.
No, I know.
You're right. Like, this shot isn't edited at all. This is exactly what this looks like.
No, you're right. Yeah, no, except for the background. I mean,
they would never do that.
Never. No Photoshop at all.
You know exactly what you're getting. Things float. Accessories, like magically. Asmus needs to make more orcs. Agreed.
I agree.
Very much agree.
I'm back here, but I agree.
Yeah. All right, Tom. Number 7.
Surprise you. Are you ready?
Shock me. Let me see if I can guess.
You're never gonna guess.
Okay. I won't even bother. Oh wow.
Would you have guessed that? Would you have guessed that?
No. No. Did this come out too?
This came out this year. Yes.
Okay.
Wait, did
Not
it?
last year, 2021.
2021.
I thought it was
From what I can-
2020.
Please correct me if I'm wrong, because tried to do. I've been looking for like the past 5 nights straight on the internet, and trying to get release dates for some of this crap is impossible.
No, I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're right. It was 2021.
So, because I know Doc Ock, who was almost on my list, except for he has a little chubby, like his face is weird. He came out in 2020. This, I believe, came out at the start of 2021. But regardless, he's on my list for a couple of reasons. One, like this is the only Green Goblin from the original Spider-Man movies we've gotten, and they did an amazing job with it. It's not 100% perfect, but it looks really good, and it's definitely the deluxe version that's on my list. Because if you don't have the
glider,
you don't have the Green Goblin, right?
No. What's the
Wait,
point?
did you get this?
No, I did not, because I am waiting, hoping Hot Toys does a deluxe version with this version of Goblin plus the Goblin we get towards the end of No Way Home.
You'll be waiting.
Oh, I know. But I thought about it, because he's available on one of the sites I found. I was like, he's still available for like 300 something. And I thought about it. I'm like, but that's 300 for like to buy my time until Hot Toys does it. I don't know. I'm keeping the faith, I guess. But
honestly, really, it looks great here.
Yeah.
We just rewatched this movie over Christmas, and I never liked this
suit,
and I loved. We're at spoiler release, right? At this point.
All right, we're going to be talking about No Way Home for a second, but minor No Way Home. Minor.
Yeah. I mean, God knows if you've seen even a commercial, you know what's going on. But the look, I won't describe it even. His look at the end. Is like I would want that.
That's why I'm hoping for a deluxe, because I want both. I want both. I want the MCU updated version of this, which I think looks better than this, at least what this was based on.
Yeah,
and his look at the end, because the look at the end was more. If you hire Willem Dafoe, you use Willem Dafoe's face for the Goblin, right? Like
exactly. But I just loved the goggles and everything. I loved that. I love that look. That was really.
There's 3 pictures here, by the way. So if you want to cycle through them, the one of them.
It looks so cool, man. I mean, in stills, it's like for me, it didn't work on screen, but I love it.
I agree. So when this movie first came out, I remember loving the Spider-Man movie because it was the first one of its kind, really.
Hell yeah.
But I was like, why did they make the Green Goblin a Power Ranger? And yet, going to freaking No Way Home and seeing the classic pumpkin bomb land and how techy it was, and seeing him flying around with that, and how they updated the suit and how evil he looked.
Right.
I don't know. It hit a different bone in my body where I'm like, I think I might like that suit now. Like, I don't know.
That's called nostalgia.
Yeah, I have it.
That's called. I was young once and I saw that movie, and now I'm old and I love it.
But look at the glider looks amazing too. Like they nailed it with this.
It does. This is, I mean, Toys R Us is another one of those companies that, I mean, find a license, man, that you can do, because they're doing great work.
You know what I've learned from my big deep research of figures that released in 2021, the one that really needs to find a goddamn license and do something licensed is Sosu. Sosu. Their sculpting has gotten so goddamn good, it's ridiculous.
I know. It's amazing. Yeah, they're incredible, and Pop Toys is supplying everybody with all these clothing pieces, the soft goods anyway.
I could not justify my list without one of the 2 versions of the Goblin that released this past year on it, and for me, this one won out over the Susu classic one.
Green Venice.
Yeah, the green.
I love that though.
I love that too, but my one complaint is the color of the face is so wildly different than the color of the rest of them.
I know. That's the one thing that threw me off. But I saw Mark's shot the other day.
Mark killed it with it. Yeah,
and it looked amazing. You got one more picture of this in here?
No, that's it. That's it.
Okay. All right. My number 6. My number 7 is card. Now, I really think they nailed this sculpt. They did a great job with this. I'm not even like, I love Next Generation. I like Star Trek a lot. If I hadn't worked on this stuff, I don't know if I would have collected this line specifically from this movie. It's a good movie. I like the classic Picard.
Is this First Contact?
This is First Contact.
I saw that movie. I haven't seen a lot of them. I saw that one.
I like a classic Picard, but I didn't think the QMX one had the likeness. If I could combine the two, it'd be great. I'm hoping they do come out with that, but yeah, this came out really nice. And the fact that he comes with the vest, you can swap out the jacket. Again, it's a very basic suit, but the likeness, again, I don't know. I think they even improved it from the prototype that they gave me, because I have it on the shelf now and it looks even better than this. It's really, really.
You just got to do new pictures. I want to see new pictures of them.
Yeah, okay. I'll get to one of these days.
I'd love some more pictures of that.
The problem with Star Trek is it's very hard to do like dynamic shots with them. There's like not a lot of action in Star Trek. You know what I mean?
Hey, they got phasers. Those are like guns.
Yeah, they stand there and they.
Oh, you could make them look more dynamic than that. You could do it.
Yeah, I could. This is part of my problem. Jason and I have talked about this. Is like we get stuck in these, like, this is the genre and this is how it should be look, and we're not breaking out of that. And I got to stop that. This is why I like the things that aren't like driven by a license. I think because I just have license to do whatever the fuck I want to with them. Original next gen license would be nice in 1/6 for sure.
No, I like this next
one. Riding a horse.
There
you go. That would be great. Okay.
Well, doesn't he do that like on one of the episodes? I'm sure at some point. Yeah.
Yeah. He had horses, I think. Number 6, TJ.
I got a horse right here.
Yes.
Yeah, get some lights in that detail if we could see it.
This isn't a detail. This is just out. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Well, the lights would help to light that up. There you go. All right. Tell us about your 5 elves.
Oh man, this was a dream come true when Asmus announced this. From when I first saw it from the prologue scene from Fellowship.
Yeah.
Like I had no idea that like this would ever become a 6-scale figure. I bought the Toy Biz or McFarlane figures years ago.
Yeah.
Which like I thought it was stopping there. So like when I saw they were announcing this, and like Asmus is in the 180 range, I may have bought 4.
Wow.
They're fucking awesome.
So here's my question. These guys are from the prologue.
So like I'm very big on the history of Middle Earth. I read so much of it growing up. Like I really like the history of the warriors more than anything else.
But what I'm getting at is this clothing. I mean, I know a lot about Lord of the Rings, but I'm not.
They're in the first movie, the very first.
No, they are, but these aren't modern elves in our era of the Third Age or whatever it is we're talking about.
They're from the
this is Elrond's youth, leading the elves against Sauron, basically.
Almost, yes. But that's
before that,
huh?
Before Elrond leading.
Well, Elrond's been like around a long time, but like these
are thousands of years. But like these are the elves.
These were like the high elves, like the I guess the most noblest of the elves.
Even before him.
Yeah. Like that's
okay. I guess I thought this was his army. I thought this was the elven army that.
Well, I think they wear this armor in the movie. Like this is from the movie, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's from the movie. I'm just going into history because I'm nerding out and we're live, but whatever.
That's fine. I mean, I just like thinking back. I know that they talked about who the rings were gifted to, and I'm assuming like the elves had these outfits. I'm trying to remember. I just watched it a little while ago again, but I didn't know that. This is why I haven't like picked up on these guys, because I was just like, where do I put them in the realm of, you know what I mean? They're not the modern elves that there's Helm's Deep and stuff like that. These are the older.
Yeah, like they're talked about a lot in like the books, but like they've never been described. Like there's never like this golden armor or like their weapons or anything.
They're beautiful looking though. They are fantastic job.
This is really lets Asmus detail in the armor and the fabrics shine.
Yeah.
How many of these did you end up getting, TJ?
I have 2 warriors, 2 archers.
So 4. Okay.
Wait, you said your Legolas, like the arm popped out?
Yeah.
Oh, that happened with these guys.
Oh, did it too?
Yeah.
Like when you took it out of the box, it was out.
No, I was like just adjusting the arm, just popped out.
Looking at the socket in there, it looks a little. It holds, but it looks a little shallow, and it's a little sus. I don't know. I was,
and it's all like one suit, so it was hard to just pop it back.
But now it feels very solid, and I've never had a problem with an Asmus figure before that, in terms of joints popping out or anything like that. So it was very strange. Yeah, good pick. This is nice.
Why don't you use your pictures of them, TJ?
Yeah,
I've had a really hard time composing.
I thought you had some great picks.
Yeah, I thought you had some great pictures of them too. Like, what have you thought that you'd use?
No, like again, there's like not a lot of source material from. I try to draw inspiration from the movies. There's not a lot, but I have something cooking.
Okay,
All right.
This is me.
All right.
Oh yes.
Boom. Yeah. Yeah. This is. Yeah. Go ahead.
So this is one that I wouldn't buy myself, but my God, am like just jealous of people who are picking this guy up because he just looks freaking cool. TJ, you have him. Does he like look as amazing as he does in like the photos?
He's a lot.
Yeah, he's huge. He's
Yeah,
huge. There's only 2 pictures of it on this one, I believe. But I like he was just so impressive, and it was, what a crazy look for War Machine. I guess they're calling him Iron Patriot in this, but I would have loved if they did. Did they do the black and silver version of this?
No.
Some company.
Somebody customized it.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I wish he looked in black and silver in this because I might actually pick it up. But I freaking love this thing. It was just like it looks awesome, and the fact that Rocket Raccoon could just hang on it and like shoot his gun is amazing too. There's like I think there's even like an attachment point for Rocket on the side.
Yeah, again, this is one of those things. It's like I love the look of this thing, and it's what made me buy the War Machine Punisher, which I kind of I look at all the time, and I'm like, wow, it's so cool looking. I don't know what it doesn't fit in with anything that I have, but I have it with the Netflix Punisher up there, the John Barenthal one, and I would get this, but it's not War Machine.
No, it's not, and that's why
it's a one-off Iron Patriot repaint type of thing. But God, it looks freaking cool.
It looks, it's really cool. Like I have no space for all the accessories. Like I just have like the gun attachment on the desk. There's no where to put it.
He is the most what I would consider extra Marvel figure that they've done this year. All of his parts and accessories are huge. He's huge. He looks amazing. I don't know. He's kind of like a Transformer / Marvel superhero. I don't think he's going to show up looking like this in Armor Wars, but if he does in the black and silver, then if they make a figure of that, I'll buy it. But it was so cool, and I loved every photo I saw anybody post of him this past year. That I was like, this has to make my list because I was lusting for it, even though I knew I didn't want it to like buy it.
My favorite part of the figure was the head sculpt, the Rhodey sculpt.
Yeah. Oh wait, is there one more picture? I thought I put a picture of Rhodes. No. Okay. The head sculpt they nailed it.
I remember that. That was excellent. Yeah, that was a really good. That was the best Rhodey sculpt they've had.
Like, and it fits really with the other War Machines. I don't know what I mean.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, like it. I liked it because I could put it on the Endgame War Machine. What is it? The 6, Mark 6.
Yep.
Very nice. Good pick. All right, number 6. I was going to write this down. I didn't write it down. I don't know what this is.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Okay.
6.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah. I mean, the padding is an issue, but not if you take it out. Let's talk about the good stuff because it's a great figure. I mean, it's a great figure. Grogu's good. I still think he could have been more articulated than he is.
That's a lot of their smaller figure complaints, though, for me. They could do a little bit more than they're doing.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a cop out there.
Plus,
I would have paid a little extra.
The second version of this has so much more stuff, and he's he has the head sculpt, so I get it.
Yeah.
I get why he is where he is.
Yeah, exactly. It's a little bit. I don't know. Maybe it factored in the back of my head that the fact that there's a better version now, and you bought into this one. It's my fault for wanting something right away. But
right away.
Well, immediately when it comes out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Up for pre-order anyway. But it's a great figure. I love it. It looks great on the shelf. Happy with it. Yeah, just other things that were just better. I don't know if I'm just like, I'm a little overwhelmed with all the Mando stuff right now, and I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this. And do I want to get the Chrome one? Do I want to get the one, the deluxe version with the stuff? And do I need that? It was, again, these one scene things, like he's carrying the armor. All right, it's got the Boba armor, but do I need that? I don't.
But
think I need that.
Okay, so I'm in the same boat as you, but at the same time, I'm like, that extra stuff would be so much fun to use. Just even in the background of the shots, it's good. It's good accessories to have, right?
I know.
And the chrome might be a little hard to shoot, but I think it's dirty enough that it's not going to reflect the room that you're shooting it in.
Yeah.
And
I guess it's like
sculpt.
Well, I had bought a third-party sculpt that was looking really good, and I believe I sent it to the painter, and I just talked to the painter the other day, and he's like, "Well, we don't have one with your name on it." So I'm like, I don't know where it is at this point. Yeah, so I might just have to get this just for the sculpt. I guess my thought is like, does this devalue this, and can I, at least get my money back for this thing at this point, which I probably can. It just bugs me that I have to get another one.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm with you. I think, funny enough, if you do my list next, I think he's my number 5, which is really funny. Because almost the exact same thing for me. It was a lot of I really like him. So Mandalorian got me back into Star Wars in a big way.
Oh yeah,
I've never been out of Star Wars, but like I think Mandalorian is my favorite Star Wars stuff they've done in the past like 10 years. Although I like the cartoons, I'll take that back a little bit. But it's amazing, and like what they've done with the new release looks fantastic. And they did the new release before I even opened this version, so it kind of colored my expectation when with this figure, and it's like, he's good, but he's not as good as. And this was exactly what we were talking about, TJ, with that Thanos that one year. It was like, I like that Thanos, but the armored one.
Yeah, exactly. Same thing. All right, let's go back to TJ. Number 5.
What am I up to? Remember this?
Another elf?
No.
Oh, Rex.
Captain Rex.
Rex is awesome.
Rex.
There's 2 pictures. There's 2 pictures.
Who did the first shot?
Those are both Ultra Ben, if I remember. Those are both Ultra Ben.
Ben does amazing work.
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
tell us about it.
I love the Clone Wars for like the first 2 seasons, and then I kind of stopped watching Clone Wars, not because I didn't like it. I just had like other like life things. And then the 501st Clone Troopers were announced, and I was like, "Oh, this is amazing!" But like, what is better than seeing like Captain Rex? But I was not expecting like like a live action version of Captain Rex, which I think like they killed it with the sculpt. And it looks amazing. I did not have expected this like interpretation of Captain Rex.
Yeah,
this is my main motivation for thinking about getting this stuff, because I love Clone Wars. You saw the last season, right? Though.
No.
Oh my god.
Oh, what? You haven't seen the last season?
No, like I keep saving it because I keep saying like one day I'm going to take a day off from work. I'm going to binge watch everything.
This weekend, watch it this weekend. Just binge it.
It's like different than the first.
I probably will.
There you go. It's different than the other seasons. Actually, it feels the way I wish every other season felt.
Like I've read up on it. Like everything I've like read it's amazing.
There is a lull in the like close to the beginning, but once it picks up again, it's like to the
end. There's a lull in the last season.
Yeah, they do a little side story to kind of set up something for another series.
Okay.
But this is fantastic, and I'm not, again, I enjoy Clone Wars. I'm not really big on this early prequel clones thing, but this looks great. I mean, I love what they did with Morrison's likeness on all these clones. Man, it's really, really incredible.
It's great.
Yeah, they nailed Tem like so well.
Yeah.
I now have 4 Clone Troopers for this just because of this.
So both Rex and Cody have been on my list of like figures that I want, but I know that if I buy them, Then I'm gonna do exactly the same thing, TJ. I'm gonna have to get a bunch of
You need
501st
more.
troopers. What?
I know. I got the 501st troopers, but
I didn't.
just for Ahsoka, like just to have somebody around Ahsoka. But now it's like, well, I should have Rex there too. That would be cool too. It's a whole.
I'm pretty sure it's. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Mando and Grogu is my 5. Yeah.
There you go. Yep.
Oh, that's
another beautiful.
You chose such a shitty picture.
What a gorgeous photo! Look at this photo. It's beautiful.
Look at the light.
Because my friend TJ
right
buys everything direct from Hong Kong. Most of my photos that I could find were from TJ.
Can I just interrupt and say I've probably taken more Beskar Mando pictures than any other figure I own.
Really? Well, he deserves it because he's gorgeous.
Even Thanos.
Yeah, even Thanos is second.
Wow.
Tom allows it at second.
I allow it.
You see, this is so. I'm gonna let you go, Tom. But just going back to what we were talking about, this is where I think the advantage non-chromed Mando.
I agree
because this light looks gorgeous and soft and and you're not.
This actually looks more like he did on the show, though, too, right? It was not that shiny on the show.
This is what I'm getting at. I'm not sure about this thing, man. I really want to see in-hand pics of this thing, and I'm afraid I'm not going to get a chance to get it once I see them. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
I think you will. There's so many Mando things out there.
Hong Kong
there's
or whatever.
the quarter scale. There's the first appearance Mando. There's this Mando. There's the new Mando. There's 4 already in this, or 4 by Hot Toys. Right. So yeah. I think we'll be fine.
I'm sure it's going to look really cool, but I'm not. I think you're right, Tom. I'm not sure how accurate it really is. He's not shining. He's not Captain Phasma.
No,
silver. You know what I mean? So
Captain Phasma looks like dirty chrome. Mando Beskar looks like it's a different material that's clearly metal, but a soft, almost stainless steel that's been like a brushed steel.
Yes. I think it's right. I don't know.
There's
we'll
3
see.
photos I think on this one.
Okay.
Oh no, wait, maybe 4 because I wanted to make sure I got one with Grogu. Yeah, that's 4. There's a 4th photo. But he's a beautiful figure, and again, Mando brought me back to Star Wars live action in a way that nothing else had.
See again here with these soft highlights, man. Beautiful.
Yeah, well, again, as you're saying, you could do that with this version of this armor. I don't know if you can with the new one. We'll see.
No,
right?
It's gonna be problematic. Yeah, Grogu's. I mean, it's great. It's cute. Why couldn't we get? I don't know.
No, you have to buy 18 figures to get all the poses of Grogu.
I know. I mean, honestly, at this point, sell me a $140 soft goods cloth Grogu that I can pop all these heads onto. That's all I really want.
Well, they did.
I'm surprised there isn't a third-party custom for this.
The quarter scale is available.
I have that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I ordered it accidentally, kind of. I think I don't know. Or I was drunk.
Accidentally.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Tom. More you want to say about this, or
no? I'm done. You can move on. Okay. We've said it all.
We've said it all. We've done it all. Number 5.
This is a good choice.
Yeah. So this is the one that just beat out Nebula. And not because they're sisters, but just the hair on this thing is so good. I love rooted hair, and I'm so glad they went with rooted hair on this thing. There's so many new figures coming out. This one thing we didn't talk about was Athena. Is it Angelina Jolie from Eternals?
Jolie.
I forgot to put her up. I did pull that out, and I didn't put it up there, but looks great. Sculpted hair. That head is not going to move.
Did you see that they actually showed some pictures with her looking to the side because the hair bends a specific way?
Yeah, a specific way, I suppose.
I know, but it creates a giant open gap as if there's a cardboard curtain on her hair.
I know there's a lot of people that don't like rooted hair. It takes a little work, but for this figure and the way they did it, it looks fantastic. This likeness is incredible. The clothing is great. Accessories are nice. This is everything I wanted from a Gamora figure.
Correct me if I'm wrong on this.
Mm-hmm.
And this is an opinion thing, but this is the best rooted hair Hot Toys has ever done. because I have the original Gamora. Well, I have both Gamora. Well, no, I sold the original Gamora. I got this one to replace the original, and this one is so much better in regards to like how you can pose it, how you can do stuff. It doesn't frizz out to the sides the way the old one did.
Not having owned was it the Civil War Black Widow, or
which one are you talking? Are they talking about the
one with the sort of shoulder length hair? I think
that's the Winter Soldier Black Widow.
Winter Soldier.
The straight,
right.
Yeah.
All I've seen is people like having that redone, and it's just not great. I thought it looked good in the promo shots, but I never had it in hand, so I don't know. In terms of any companies, looking around, rooted hair.
Asmus, I think, probably does some of the best in terms of like straight out the company rooted hair.
Not really.
No,
not as good as that. I would say. The men are a little, because they're shorter. It's a little tough to. I think the longer hair helps.
Yeah,
and trying to look at. I think it's great, man. I think it's one of the best, rooted hair jobs I've ever seen on any 1/6 figure. It looks great, and it falls like that. I mean, it actually does. It's curled. If you don't mess with it too much, it sits like that and looks great. I love this figure so much.
Bree says that because I got mine from Bree, and she's like, I fussed with the one that you have. But it was still great beforehand. And like what she did with it works great. Like it looks good. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you added a little bit of like wax or something into it, so it's a little easier to move.
I do that with almost every one of the rooted.
I did that with my Thorin, and it helped out a lot.
Yeah, it helps it from frizzing like that, and sort of keeps the shape. So I do that with everything, but it didn't really need it. I mean, honestly, it was out of the box. I was like, this is amazing. I love it. She impressed
the crap out of me. Coming from the original Gamora to this one, it was almost like a night and day figure. And not just because they didn't do the seamless arms, which I know you're talking about was a good thing on Gwen, but on this one, like the old Gamora, maybe it was just their old seamless stuff. Her arms did seem like they were going to wear away and rip after a certain amount of time. Versus this one, I'm like, I don't fear putting her in poses. I like it.
Yeah, that's the other thing. Even the clothing being that pleather and stuff. I really don't have any problem with moving her, and she poses well. I mean, she really can move with all that stuff on. And the greens are a perfect match from the chest to the face. There's no break there that they had different people painting them with different recipes and stuff. It's great.
There's a TJ Free, I think, in the comments or something like that says worst ankles ever. Do you think we could get a little bit more details from this?
I don't know. Jordan and I was talking about the Elven warrior ankles.
Okay. You're having a side conversation.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. Anyway,
love this figure.
Gamora's great. I have it. Took it out the box. Put in a Detolf. Haven't touched it since.
I only did one shot with her, but I got to do more. They're fantastic.
I've done a few. I just haven't posted.
You've done some great ones. Gamora looks flawless. Definitely. All right, number 4, Tom.
No, this is TJ.
That's me.
Oh, TJ. Sorry. Yep. It's a nice picture
Endgame,
too. I don't know how you found that.
Endgame cap. So like this was my favorite cap picture, like personally, before I got the custom cap. But I think this cap is like the best modern cap like I've ever seen.
1000%. I agree with you.
Yep.
This is the cap to end all caps, and I will tell you, TJ, your shots of him. I wasn't gonna get this one because I have like 6 Captain America Hot Toys where I was like, I'm gonna pass. And then you start posting pictures of like, I'm not gonna pass. I'm gonna order this right now. And
it's just so good.
Yeah.
It's just so good. The hammer, like the broken shield, like it doesn't get better for like your very last cap figure.
I completely agree. They nailed it. Although it's funny that you say very last cap figure, and there's been another one since.
Yeah, really.
From the same movie.
Yeah. But it came after.
Last look, rather.
There you go.
Yes. Yes.
You think we'll get a U.S. Shield?
U.S. agent?
Probably.
U.S. agent, sorry.
Yes,
US agent.
definitely. But I think once he shows up in whatever West Coast Avengers are
Yeah.
setting up.
Right.
He needs a shield.
Dude.
You cannot come out with U.S. agent and the American government not give him a shield. They have to give him a shield.
Yeah, dude. Even with the repaint, the repaint is amazing. But you don't even. Without the repaint, this head sculpt is great to begin with.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tom's right. Your pictures have just been killing it. I already have this. I love it. But if I didn't, I would be buying it.
But you got it? You got it?
Oh yeah, I got them. Yeah,
Okay.
This is my cap on the shelf. Yep. I have the first Avenger cap that I love, the military looking one.
That's a good one. That's a real good one.
And the one where he's actually just Steve Rogers in the military gear. I love that movie and the Red Skull and all that shit. But this is my Avengers cap for sure.
Agreed.
All right. Bree Sanchez freaking loves your shots of this cat. Good shit.
Thank you.
Number 4.
Oh, hey, it's the same figure. Yeah, I love this Captain America. He is the Captain America. They finally did the scale mail in 1/6 scale. It looks good. He poses great. The faceplates are great. The accessories are great. He's one of my favorite figures I own, and I owe it to you, TJ, that I have him. So thank you.
Can you shoot it?
Yeah, I did. I posted a picture of him.
You did?
Him and Iron Man together once.
I think I forgot that this came out last year, and B, that I just put him up in a pose, and like it was so long to complete my Ultimate Avengers team look wise that I just haven't moved him. I completely forgot, but he definitely would have made my list, and I'm kind of disappointed now that I don't have him on there. But
there's a third shot on here too that I kind of put it up here. Yeah, I just loved seeing him with Thanos, and this is Ben that did this, and freaking like I have these two figures, and they will never look this cool, but I love it. It's I'm just so happy.
It's a great pose on Cap. The arm is really back there. That's really cool.
Dynamic.
I think you can do that.
Hell.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, if we were doing our cumulative list, I would definitely. This would be one. We'll do that next year. It just took a lot of time last time. I forgot how we did it too, honestly.
I think we just gave TJ a lot of hell until he just benched one.
Oh yeah, I remember that part. That was fun.
I don't remember that part.
No.
Maybe I just stopped caring. But anyway,
it's possible. I love. This is fantastic. I was really happy with this whole set with the speeder bike. Never had the Scout Trooper. It was something I was thinking about, year after year, picking up that sideshow thing. I just heard terrible things about the bike falling apart, and again, with all sideshow figures, a little bit of looseness in the body and stuff like that. But super happy with this. And yet, you get another Grogu too. That's great.
Again, you need to buy all 16 to complete the set.
That's right. That's right. Collect all 16, kids. There's not much to say about this. It's a Scout Trooper. The weathering's really good on that, and dig it. Love the setup. Love the way it sits there. It's a little tricky to get on the bike, to be honest. The foot, they have got some magnets or something in the foot pedals, but they're not terribly strong. So you really got to pose them into position. Then kind of gives you a little bit of a click there. That's the only downfall. What were you going to say, Tom?
I was going to ask you about the Scout Trooper armor in general, because I feel like you would probably know a little bit more about this. Was the armor always shaped like that, where it kind of like came down and then cut in under like the chest area?
Not on the chest. No, that's different. Yeah,
it's a weird cut, right? It kind of looks like he has man boobs that are just stuck there forever.
Yeah.
That's like the one thing I couldn't buy. Like I couldn't bring myself to get this figure. So I'm like, it kind of just looks like a guy who lost a lot of weight, but he's carrying that little extra right there.
That's right. It's a little bit of it's like where the fat of the belly comes over. It's like this kind of this little bit of ridge,
line,
and then
right
it goes
around there.
Not to and then he's got the belt on top. So really, not the most attractive or manly of trooper uniforms, probably. But you get a cool bike. So.
Yeah, you do get a cool bike, and they have some
the helmet's badass. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did change that. Yeah, and I don't know aesthetically what the point of that is. I mean, just to accumulate more dirt, I guess.
I guess.
So yeah, look really cool.
He's an awesome looking figure, though. The scout bike looks amazing.
Yeah. All right, number 3, TJ.
3. Let's do it.
There he is. That's it. That's the one.
Man, like I was on the fence when they announced this, but I was like, this is too cool of a look to not get.
Mm-hmm.
Especially like when they locked down the Jake sculpt.
Yeah.
And
it took a long time to see that thing.
Yeah. No regrets though. No regrets. It poses well, looks amazing on the shelf. I don't have a lot of villains. So yeah, like I actually might want to shoot some more of this weekend.
Do it, please.
This seam on the bowl is a little annoying though.
Yeah.
That is the one thing that I think I can't say that's what kept me from getting it, but it put me off when I saw it at either Toy Fair or one of the things I was at.
It's really annoying.
But everything else looks incredible, and I don't own it, and it almost made the list. And I felt like, well, I haven't had it in hand. I can't really say if it's a great figure or not. By all accounts, it's a really nice figure.
Man, I could tell it's a gorgeous figure by what TJ did with it. Are you kidding me?
I know.
Every shot of TJ's of this freaking
Wait,
figure.
that's not my shot.
Well, no. Okay.
I don't want to take
my
credit.
list.
It's amazing. Okay.
Trevor, pull up my list and then put up number 3.
Wait, the only really hard thing about like shooting this figure are like all of the lighting effects.
Oh, okay, because you seem to freaking nail it. Go to the next one.
It's a lot of work.
Please. Oh, look, he nails it again. The next one isn't TJ's, but the first 2 are. And like, that's my number 3 as well. Because
wait, you get it?
Yeah, I have him.
Okay.
Yeah, this is going to be number 4 or 5
I wanted to open him before this conversation.
Did you see my screw up on the edit?
No.
Look to the left of that arm.
Why
underneath.
Would you point that out?
Like I actually forgot to.
I see it ghosted, but it kind of looks like he's more in flight. Honestly.
No, I forgot to clone the stand, the clamp, the waist clamp.
Why even point that out? That's just self-defeating.
It's bothering me today.
Go to the next picture where it's perfect and you can't see that at all.
Yeah, this is great.
Well, now I put this. Hang on, we'll come back to that. Okay. I want to come back to that, but
I like again, like this is one of the ones that like I had him on pre-order since the minute that this figure was released, and when TJ comes out with this, it was killing me because I know he got his from Hong Kong, that mine hadn't come in yet, and by the time mine came in, I knew it was going to be moving in a couple months. So I was like, I shouldn't open it and futz around with it and do all this stuff.
Now, here's a question: does the bubble turn around a axis?
No, you can.
In other words, like if you shoot him from the side, can you move it so the seam is hidden?
You can tilt it at the neck a little.
No, but like rotate it around.
No.
Shouldn't the whole bubble move though? Because you could replace the heads. So how do you snap it in?
Yeah,
it connects to this. I'm fucking pointing at the screen like you guys can see me. There's a neck piece.
YouTubers.
Yeah, but if there's a neck piece, doesn't that mean you could twist it on an axis?
The bubble doesn't rotate around that neck piece?
The answer is no to both questions.
Okay.
Sorry.
That would have been great. I mean, if you could just hide that seam when you turn him to the left.
So that's what I do with my Space Stan Lee, because the bubble on his head you can twist. So I just
exactly. Yeah. Motoguru, how do the clothing and materials hold up on these higher end figures? I collect Mezco and they've stopped posing and displaying certain ones for fear of tearing and ripping.
If not worse.
Yeah, I mean, your mileage may vary. A lot of it depends on use. Some of it is climate.
Climate plays a huge
these
role.
Guys in
Indonesia.
What?
Indonesia.
Yeah, any place that's humid and dry, forget about it. Don't even bother buying anything that is made of pleather, because it's in 2 years it'll be deteriorated. But you keep it in a cool place, you keep it fairly dehumidified, and don't put it in a crazy pose for months or years on end. You can keep stuff. I've still got a crow figure that I keep seeing everybody showing that thing falling apart. The pleather's deteriorated. It's in perfect shape. It's there's nothing wrong with that thing.
So, as someone who lived in Southern California for a while they got most of their figures, and I had the Star-Lord Volume 1 on my shelf with his long coat. I didn't have it crazy posed or anything like that, and just over time, the coat just started to, on its own, without posing. I mean, I shot him every now and again, so I did pose him a little bit, but I didn't really do a lot with the coat. The pleather did start to crack, so it does happen. Really, just dependent on where you are, because it's a dry climate in Southern California. So
and you were right. You were right by the ocean too. You had the salt.
Yeah, I was like 3 blocks from the water, so there was a little bit of
like
water
that.
there. But
I mean,
will
we're
say,
not far from salt water either. But I don't know. I'm in a basement. It does. If you can keep the climate controlled, keep them cool, and no crazy poses, things like that. They hold up. They can hold up.
They do, but I've always had I have a lot of mezcos, and mine have been great. I haven't had any problem with my mezcos. My hot toys I've had a lot of problems with. So,
well, I mean, I think Colorado is also you got altitude, right? So it's drier there with your altitude. That could be a problem. You may actually need a humidifier. It's hard to say. I mean, it's keeping that perfect, and I don't know what that is, that perfect level of humidity in the place that you've got them. Keep them out of sunlight. Obviously, don't put them on shelves by windows and things like that, and any place where they're going to get natural sunlight. Just put them back in the box. Just put them back in the box, and don't enjoy them whatsoever.
Or send them to be stored in Trevor's basement, where they're going to be perfect.
That's right. And I'll send them back to you whenever you like. Mysterio, man, definitely came close.
Can we skip my number 2?
No, we cannot. I know what your number 2 is. We're not skipping it.
This is my number 3.
Ooh.
And this just hit, and I gotta tell you, damn toys. I've never really gotten into any of the what do they call those? The diamond gangster things. The sort of the
yes, they're like cartoony looking gangster characters.
Yeah, and they play off some of the pop culture gangsters and things like that. But this is, as far as I know, this is the first big licensed thing that they've done, and
okay. Let me ask this, because you said first big license. I think
it may be more of a standard movie thing. I don't know about anime or anything like that they've done.
They've done Assassin's Creed, which is one of the biggest.
Oh yes. You're right. You're right. The video games. Yeah. Sorry, I meant movie wise. They haven't really done anything in the realm of anything that has to do with actors. An actor's likeness and things like that. Yeah. Sorry.
Granted, Brando is no longer with us, so I'm sure it's a little bit easier to get his likeness rights, depending, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a family. I'm sure that they're...
He does, but the family kind of just probably wants to cash in on a little bit,
Oh, hell yeah, I'm sure.
It's free money to them.
But, I mean, aside from a few nitpicks, so this is actually a Yunsel outfit. So the only reason I have the Yunsel outfit is because I bought the Yunsel outfit and I want to use it. But their tuxedo is really, really well done. I would suspect maybe a Pop Toys help there too. The only problem I had was that he was a little tall and the pants. These pants are loose. If you ever see pictures of the pants, it's very hard to find pictures of the Godfather, a full on shot. But the pants are incredibly loose. They're in the 40s and they're just baggy as all hell, baggier than this. So that was my only nitpick with the tuxedo. Great accessories. He comes with 2 heads, which are not different expressions, but they are like almost like different sculpts. Like they were like couldn't make up their mind which one they liked better. One I think is better than the other, but it's very strange that they're both the same expression, so it's very weird. But yeah, the chair is beautiful. Table's a little cheap, but the accessories are really nice, and it's great. It's just great to have a really good Godfather, and I actually am looking forward to the older look of him with the long trench coat and in the garden clothes where he eventually dies. Spoiler alert. Yeah.
Okay.
I love the accessories that he comes with more than anything else.
Yeah, the Hennessy and the
phone. The freaking rotary dial phone.
It's got a little candlestick. Yeah, the candlestick's in there. Yeah, it's great, and it's really, really nice. Comes in a really nice set, and it wasn't crazy expensive. I think it was in the $300 range.
Yeah, for all that accessories and whatnot, that's not
no.
All right, here's what TJ wants stricken for the record, which I think is silly.
Oh, wait. Come on, man. What is it, your number one?
I did make a change. Never mind. Sorry. I'm...
There you go.
List.
Well, okay, wait. What did you think was number 2?
Best car Mando?
Yeah. Oh, best car Mando. Oh, okay. No, you didn't have him on your list at all. Because you had him on your list last year.
Did I? I don't remember. Like the rules changed like that. I love you anyway, but like the rules change. No, but like
no rules. Just do what you want to do.
At this point, I was like yeah, best car Mando. Like it's awesome, but like I don't want to talk about it again. So battle damage Mark 85. Mm-hmm. It looks good. I've waited a long time for it. Like I feel like the movie came out, 6 years ago. It finally dropped. This month or last month, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I like that the sculpt is close to what the prototype was. Not like the disaster the original Mark 85 release was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was a thing. Yeah.
But like, so I was looking for like shots to put together, and then I realized like the battle damage on the chest plate, that doesn't happen until he like wields the gauntlet.
Oh, really? This is post snap?
Yeah. So this, well, not post snap, but like right before the snap, like right when he activates it, like that's when like most of the damage occurs, which just like makes it a very, very specific scene to shoot.
Yeah. That's exactly what I felt about this figure when they announced it. I'm like, wow, there's a good 2-second long figure in the scene. Perfect. Need it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and then I guess the dying post scene, right? Like, I mean,
no, like it looks amazing, but like it's
definitely not the post mortis scene look, because he would be like gray in the face and like melted into a rock.
Not dead when he's dying.
He's still gray with like the face. All the color in his face is gone when he's dying.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of lighting there though too. But yeah, I mean, I'm talking about in terms of the damage to the armor, right? I mean, that's when he was laying there and dying. This was the same damage. It's incredible. I mean, I don't know if it's the shot again, but
it's still my number 2. But
and I can see why, because I think like again, it's one of those figures that though it might be only 2 seconds of a scene, they spent a lot of time analyzing that scene to make sure they got the second he's about to snap his fingers and get every little detail. Because as you were saying, it's like, it's the damage on his chest plate isn't until right as he's about to snap the finger, which is exactly what this looks like, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like this whole figure is based on that one split second.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's cool in that regard. And like, how many statues have been sold of exactly this?
Yeah. It's iconic. I mean, it's an iconic scene for this character.
This is a moment of, and this could be blasphemy to
redemption.
Like some cinema people, but I feel like this is like a classic cinema moment that will be like heralded as like a moment in time, because like nothing has been done like Endgame in all of cinema. Like it was 10 years of how many movies put together into one. And they nailed it in this one scene where he's like, "And I am Iron Man." It harkens back to the very first freaking movie they did when he says, "I am Iron Man." Like it, I'm getting goosebumps.
It'll be one of those. It's one of those clips where they play at the Oscars, where it's like they go through all the different Stella. Like we're gonna need a bigger boat. You know what I mean? Like
1,000%.
I'm Iron Man. What's up?
I should have said 1,000%. I agree with you. Yeah. It's one of those moments. It's a cinema moment.
Yeah. For the MCU, it's one of the. It's probably the biggest. All right,
so I'm shocked, TJ. This was not on your list at all because this is one of my figures that I needed like immediately.
Oh wow, yeah.
Really? No, I thought this was like I need Venom. I ordered they did the re-release for the new movie that came with the extra head, so I got that one instead of dropping like however much this was going for, like 6.
Are there multiple pictures here, Tom?
There's 3. There's 3 pictures. Yeah, and it's just. I don't know. I think he's amazing. He looks great. I've seen so many amazing pictures of him. I love him. And this movie is my guilty pleasure. Like I watched this movie, not sadly, but shockingly more than I ever thought I would. And yeah, I need this figure.
Full confession: I've never seen this movie.
You should watch the first one. Maybe
I will.
The second
I'm going to watch both of them.
You don't need to see the second one.
I'll mail you the Blu-ray.
I guess I just want to see it for the. Maybe I'll just skip to the end scene. But
you should just do that. That works.
Yeah, I mean this looks fucking cool, man. It looks really cool, and I was really tempted to get it. Venom and Deadpool are 2 of those characters that I could give 2 shits about. I liked the original, because I read the first Secret Wars when it came out, when he got the new suit.
Yep.
And then it became the Eddie Brock Venom, which was, comic book Venom, like the Mafex Venom that came out a couple of years ago or a year ago. And this looks hella cooler. I mean, this is more, beyond Todd McFarlane at this point. I don't know. I don't know. And once it got to this point, maybe I was just out of comics at that point or something, or it just was beyond Spider-Man. But it's no doubt, I've seen reviews on this thing, like an incredible figure.
Yeah. And the shocking amount of articulation that I've seen people pull out of it. Yeah.
And really genius to make it look like that. And yes, you're right. The photography has been great, taking advantage of angles and things like that to make the things look, less like they're stuck in his back and more like they're coming off of him. It's really, really cool.
I am just living for the day that the new one releases and I can finally have him in my own hands. I think I pre-ordered him with one of the Hong Kong resellers, so I'm going to get it the day it releases because I freaking want it so badly. I've been yearning for this guy. You know how often at night this past year I've been on found myself on eBay or on any of the figure selling sites being like, I need to find this figure for a decent price. And I'm glad I waited because I would have been pissed if I had to just get the Carnage figure, which I don't want because he's fucking huge. I don't understand that. For that extra head, and they did here's the first release with the extra head done, and I'm like, perfect, I'll buy that, great. Right. But I can't deny how much I've loved every shot of this figure this past year, and that's why he nailed the number 2 slot.
And one of the reviews I was watching, just like the sheen on it, the skin and the feel of it is supposedly in hand is really wild, really interesting to the touch. You know what I mean? Not to be weird about it, but just really cool, and it shows. It's got the perfect gloss to it. It even with the eyes look like there's that milky depth that they have.
When I pulled these photos for this, I thought that there was some weird blur happening on the eyes. I'm like, oh no, that's actually just that cloudiness that goes into that hard edge that they
the milky cloudy look. They put to it. TJ, I just have to say, by the way, I'm very proud of us for pulling Tom into the Hong Kong ordering.
I know, it's me right here.
I do remember at least a year ago, I was like, I would never. Why? Oh wait, I'm not gonna ever pay.
Can I be honest with you guys though? It has honestly less to do with you and more to do with how shitty the company that we have here in the States is.
Yeah, I know.
It's their business practices that's making me choose to go overseas. And actually how great the overseas sellers have been to us here in the States. we talk about it when the figures release. We're like, oh, you can get it. It's the same price as this company would sell here.
Yeah, a little more shipping, but you're gonna get it before that, and it's basically the similar price. So.
Yep. So yes, I'm here with you guys. You guys turned me around on a lot of things because same thing where I was like, I don't want unlicensed figures, blah blah blah, and now here I am. Fucking, how many unlicensed figures are on my list?
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I don't want to throw any shade, but there's a certain Hong Kong company right now that has been giving me the runaround on the Ghost of Tsushima figure.
Oh,
that I ordered, paid for in advance. It shipped, but it was not in stock, and I'm just getting the runaround.
Interesting. We'll have to talk after the show.
Similar
initials to somebody on the show.
Yeah.
Yep.
3 people on the show. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
We all have different initials, so I don't know how that works, but we all have the same first letter.
At least one of us is. That's right. So you can take your guess from there.
Yeah.
All right. Number 2.
Oh yeah, we're on yours, Trevor.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Trying to remember what the hell this is. It's 1 to 2.
I know TJ's list.
There it is.
Oh yes.
There it is. Yeah. So now this was like, I've had him really low at first. Not really low. I have him like in the 5 or 6 position. Because I mean these promo shots looked. I mean I was sold. It like dead on. Yes, this is great. I remember when we looked at the previews of the sculpt by Shand like 2 years ago or whatever, and they looked amazing. And I just felt that this is going to be incredible if they pull this off. And the protos that they had up and had a toy fair and stuff looked great. Now getting it in hand, it needed a little work. That hair doesn't come like that, and you got to do some. I've done some work to it. The stand.
The stand is that's a whole thing on its own. That stand.
Yeah, the stand is a little kludgy. I didn't bother putting the sign on it or anything like that, but
I couldn't get the mailbox in on mine.
Once you get the hair down, it does look damn good. The hat is also needs modification in order to fit on the head. Actually, I'm talking about number 2, but I guess it's more based on the fact that I wanted a great looking Gandalf. And that first one that they came out with, the body was nice, the clothing was great, the accessories as usual with Asmus was fantastic. That sculpt sucked.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
That solid weird beard that he had.
So weird.
The thing
didn't
like a bib.
Resemble him. It looked like him if he maybe now if he played Gandalf at this point. So I'm just really happy with the movable eyes. You do have to do a little bit of work with those.
Can I ask you a question about the movable eyes, Trevor?
Yeah. I don't need
for
them.
Mine, and maybe mine is different than a lot, but I feel like the gap between the sculpt and the eyes is greater than any other figure I have with movable eyes. Yeah. Did you do anything to push yours closer, or
you can push them a little closer? Yeah, you can force them up a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, because that's my big problem with him is it kind of looks like he's wearing, like in Drive, where Ryan Gosling is wearing. His name is Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
Okay. Where he's wearing that face mask. It kind of looks like that to me, and it's like I feel like someone's wearing Gandalf's skin.
Yeah, that's what I was when I got it. I was like, I don't like this. This isn't that good. Why didn't you just? Okay. I would have rather just had eyes. Like I don't really need the movable eyes, but you can push them up a little bit. Now I haven't moved them since then. Okay. So I don't know if moving them is going to fuck it up, but and under a camera, it doesn't look as bad as it does for some reason. I don't know.
I've had some trouble.
You can clearly see it.
Yeah.
You've had some trouble shooting it.
Yeah, that's why the one picture I have on my page doesn't show his face. The hat is over it.
Oh yeah, I do remember that one. Yeah.
I could not get the face to look right. It looked like he was wearing somebody else's skin.
Huh. Well, to be honest, I haven't photographed it yet, so I can't.
I'll futz around with it more because I agree with you on every other point. Like I think the hair is gorgeous. Though Nestor is asking what hair product you use, and I also want to know because it falls a little crazy every now and again, but the rest of it is great. Like his sword, the staff, like all the accessories are beautiful.
So most of what I did with it was I took that freaking little brush that came with Chewbacca years ago. It's just a little plastic tiny comb, basically, but it's little rounded edges so it doesn't like tear out the hair. I did a lot of combing. I added a little water to keep, because his beard isn't supposed to be as nearly as curly as it comes.
Yeah.
His hair on the side is curly, but the beard is fairly straight. It was that, and I used a little bit of the Dax wax. Dax wax is what I use for pretty much every figure, and it's just it leaves a little bit of a film. It's not thick and heavy. You really kind of got to work to even get it on your fingers to begin with. So that's what I did. But it's even the way that it's shaped out of the box is not even correct. Like I have it looking like this now, but it doesn't come out of the box looking like that with the widow's peak and the hair coming around the back. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I think that's why, like, when you said, we talked about this a little bit beforehand when we were talking about our top 10, you're like, oh, that Crown Gandalf is on my, like, you know, what about that Crown Gandalf? Is that making your list? Because for me, it was such a big gap between what the prototype showed and what I ended up getting in hand. And I feel like that's on me as a collector, that I guess I have to do a little bit more to my figure to get it.
But you shouldn't. You really shouldn't.
I agree with you.
I mean,
I agree.
This is a Crown. This is a new line that they came out with, and this is going to be. Yes, I mean, rooted hair is expensive, and this is a rooted beard. Now they did this for Gimli. You know, I mean, they did something similar. Gimli was not a Crown figure, and Gimli should have been a Crown figure because that figure is amazing. But I get it.
Thorin looks great too, and he has no beard, but his hair looks great. Thorin, he has no beard.
Thorin looks good. I know. For all those reasons, I think it's my bias towards just wanting a great looking Gandalf figure. Like it looks really good on the shelf. Like once you get it worked out, it looks really good. But yes, it does take some work, and that's not for everybody. Everybody's not going to want to do it. Everybody's not going to be good at it or have the patience for it, maybe. So it's probably a little high on my list at this point. Like I said, I had it at 5 or 6, and I was just like, there's other things here that I just don't like as much, and I think it's just a likability thing. So that's it.
I mean, I'm with you though, because like he is, when I got him. So for me, watching Lord of the Rings, I can't believe it was 20 years ago, but it was Gimli and
Legolas.
Thank you. Legolas, I was like, I love these guys, but Gandalf is also that tried and true, always there, always loved Gandalf. Yeah. So when I first saw the original Gandalf, going to Comic-Con and I'm like, I don't know about this company, and then seeing this is like they nailed the prototype, and then I saw the pictures come in after it came out, and I'm like, I don't know, it's like some were good, some weren't. But
I was freaked out.
And I ordered them anyway, and it came in, and I like the fact that I have a good Gandalf on my shelf, but I think he needs work, and I don't think I was expecting that for $400.
That's the thing. And when I saw the first photos of people just taking it out of the box, and then you get those things where like somebody takes a camera phone and it's like half of it's their window and the other half is a dark part of the room, and it's like, or a completely bright light. Nothing's going to look good under that. So I kept telling myself, all right, these are just bad pictures, but I was really getting freaked out. Like I was like, hoping not that I spent money on something that wasn't going to be good, but like, I just really wanted the figure. I just really wanted it to be good and have a good Gandalf. I'm happy with it. I don't know. I'm happy with it. It's water treating the robes, is a must. It does do a good job. I mean, there's things like that all over the place. You can do that with any of the Jedi figures, with any of the Luke Skywalker on crate figures. They're not crate. What was the island? Whatever. Any of his robes. Yeah. Any of his robes, like you water treat those things, it's going to look a whole lot better. So there's a work to be done if you want it to look better. The head sculpt out of the box definitely should have looked better. I will say that.
For me, honestly, the sculpt looked great. It was really just the distance to the eyes that like were really throwing off the whole thing to me. And maybe now I'm going to go back.
Try getting in there and like you can just.
I'm going to try pushing them,
push it out
closer. Yeah, I think that'll do it.
All right, TJ.
Number
this
one.
is it. These are the number ones. All right, I want to put a little. I'm going to put a. Can I put a poll Who should I put in the poll for everybody's like number one here?
Well, I'll tell you, out of the three of us, two of us have the same number one.
All right, so I'm going to put. I'll put it afterwards. I'll put our things up and then I'll put the poll up for everybody just to see what. All right, TJ, this is your number one. Wow, number one. Wow, I'd forgotten you told me about this, and then I didn't even see it throughout the whole thing. Wow. Okay.
Go ahead, DJ.
Great. That's it. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. This is definitely one of those figures that I just never thought would be made. And if it was made well with so many accessories, for the price point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
What Frail Vampire just said, the accessory he comes with is insane. Yeah. That is putting it lightly.
You said you ordered this in 2019.
2019 is when I ordered mine.
I remember working from home during the pandemic, and I had no idea what life was going to be like the next day, and I see this thing come on, it just made me so happy.
Yep.
It just brought me so much joy as a toy collector and a toy photographer. I was like, I'm gonna order this, and then a year and a half later, I finally owned it.
So imagine almost 3 years later for me, because we talked about this on the show when I was living in Los Angeles. Now, to give you guys a little scope, I lived in Los Angeles, then I moved to San Diego for almost 2 years, and then I moved to where I am now. So I moved houses. I don't know how many freaking times before this goddamn figure came out.
Oh, I remember us talking about this, and Tom telling me to stop talking about it because they might get wind that somebody's going to watch our show and suddenly bust it.
I think they changed the name because the box, TJ, correct me if I'm wrong, the box calls it the Outlaw.
Yep.
The figure's name is the Gunslinger, so I think it was originally called the Outlaw, so they even had to change the fake goddamn name so Rockstar didn't find them.
Right. Yep. Yeah, I think I got this in, and I opened it up to look at it, and I was like, holy shit, there's a lot of stuff.
Yep.
I don't have any connection to the game. I got it because I wanted a cowboy, and I just thought it would be fun to shoot some cowboy stuff. So I think that's why that, and the fact that I haven't even really taken it out of the box and played with it at all. I just have so much freaking stuff that needs to be unboxed.
There's so much stuff,
and it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming, but every little item is detailed to a T. The cigarette pack he comes with. Oh no, let's scratch that. The sketchbook, which I have mine's behind me. He's holding his sketchbook. Every page of the sketchbook
filled up
are the chapter markers in the goddamn game.
Yeah.
If you swipe through them, I'm I remember playing this mission. Oh, I remember playing this mission too. And you go through them all, and every page is actually the sketches that he has in the game. It's amazing the detail they captured in this goddamn unlicensed freaking figure.
Yep. It's there's so much stuff, and it's it's I guess the other thing is I want to shoot this. It doesn't fit in with my collection anywhere, so I didn't have a place to put it. But it's great. It probably should have made my top 10 somewhere along the line. Again, if we were going to put them together, maybe we will, and we'll just put them on the IG
put them on the page
site or something like that. Ever. And it probably would be up there. Probably maybe not number one, but somewhere along the line.
I think it'd be number one. You should go to go to mine.
Oh, am I the TJ of this year? Is this what
you're the TJ? Go to my list, please. Find out what my number one is.
Gee, I can't imagine.
Here's a shock for you.
It's the TJ of this year. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
My number
Sounds
one
like
is
a good thing.
Arthur Morgan. Right. I have 3 pictures on here, by the way.
Wait, where's that picture from?
This is AJ's Toys.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he did a whole series of.
I saw the series. I don't remember this one.
Yeah. I actually have 2 from AJ, and then I have 1 from friend of the show, Brianna. Yeah.
Sabrina did some really amazing portraits.
Oh, yeah, she nailed it with this guy.
Yeah.
Is there another picture?
There's 3 pictures. There should be.
Oh, nice.
There you go. Oh, there's AJ. Yeah. Well, that's the thing too. He comes with multiple looks. So you get the long beard, you get the short beard, you get the long hair, the short hair, and each can be replaced. So you can have like the different combinations. I have the mid short beard on order, so I'm on the next batch that's coming out. So that's like another look that they included as well. You have the undershirt, the jacket, you have the winter coat you can put on top, you have the bandolier that goes on top, you have the bandolier around his waist. There's multiple weapons, different things, accessories, whatnot he can play with.
Hey, Tom, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
So I haven't opened mine, only not a good reason. That badge looks reversed. Is that how it is in like
it kind of looks reversed? That is how it is.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the other side is clearly the back because it has the magnet that you can see.
Yeah.
And that's the front.
Oh, weird.
Yeah. But I also think that might, and again, I have to go back to the game because I haven't played it, and I think the game came out 2-3 years ago. That might be how the old badges looked, because they were actually stamping the metal themselves back in the early 1900s. This Nestor, this is AJ's Toy Club. He has a Facebook page. I don't know if he has an Instagram.
It's Facebook.
It's just Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just checking out something because I got a weird feeling about my number one, but
you have a weird feeling.
This is a great
number one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure this came out in 2021. I hope so.
Yeah, I heard they're doing Marston next, Elliot. I heard that too. I'll probably get John Marston as well. All right. Trevor's number one.
Hopefully came out in 2021. Pretty sure it did.
Drum roll reveal. Yeah, it did come out in 2021.
Oh,
there you go. Yeah,
it was like February, right? I think.
Yeah, it was. I did check on it, and then I was just like, I better check it. So I don't know if anybody's got the IG-88 from Sideshow, but it's kind of a piece of crap, and it's really disappointing. Because it's the only real. There are other bounty hunters, Bosk and even Dengar are really nice figures, but
yeah,
IG-88 is terrible. I mean, I've tried everything I can do to get these legs to stay solid, but the joints and the hands never hold the guns. The light broke in the head right like a week into owning it. It's terrible. This thing, I think, this is a marvel of engineering on Hot Toys' part. I mean, what I think is so great about this is because it's just not another standard figure. You know what I mean? It's not a reuse of a body. Sculpt wise, they're off the hook there because that's easy. But just it poses so well. It holds its position. You can put it in running poses and it stands. Like if you can get it balanced, it'll hold a pose like that. It's an incredible figure.
Is he die casting anywhere? Or is it just all plastic?
No, all plastic. As far as I know, I think it's all plastic, but it's just really, really well constructed. And I love the look of it. I love this character in the show. Really sad he's gone. But yeah, I think the fact that I wanted an IG-88 so bad to just like get rid of this piece of crap. I'm just really happy that IG-11 came out so good in the hopes that
he's a bigger character in the series. Really, they've done more with IG-11 than they have IG-88.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, IG-88 did nothing. But yeah, I would love to see IG-88. Jason agrees. Okay, somebody agrees with me.
I think so. Okay, I agree with you. He's a great looking figure. I love him.
Mm-hmm.
I would have possibly considered him, except for the fact that, as you said, you missed him. I miss him too because I expected him to be with Mando and Grogu after season 1. Like, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, spoilers, I guess, for Mandalorian, but IG-11 doesn't make it after a certain point.
Right.
Because like everything prior to the show kept showing those, Mando and IG-11 together. And I was like, oh, what a great buddy cop, especially knowing Mando hates droids. Oh boy, he's got to travel the galaxy with a droid. Wouldn't that be great? Right. And then all of a sudden he dies off, and I'm like, well, now I don't care about him anymore. It's like people who ordered the fucking HasLab Razor Crest. I'm like,
that hurts. I think that hurts more than IG-11 because I think at the point that this when did this go up to pre-order, or when did I order it myself? I may have known that he was gone already. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I may have ordered this before that. I don't know. But I'm still like, I think he was a great part of that show. And there's other other figures, there's other characters that have died that I would still, obviously have as part of the collection.
Totally. I agree.
Yeah, it's weird because he did. I've been saying that about a lot of characters or figures that we've been talking about. They had such a short, shelf life or scene in like Iron Patriot. But I don't know. There's something about this guy, man. I just really, it was just that whole experience with IG-88 and thinking that we were never going to get anything like that it was going to be any good. And this is good. And I'm hoping that IG-88 will come out of this. So, but I was just really, really fun to play with. Like, I don't know. This character is always like, it really intrigued me. And even the Mafex one that I got is great. Or the SH figure arts, one of the ones. It's fun. It's just fun.
I think part of it for me was a little bit, it's a TV series, right? So clearly season 1 continues on. Like after that, it goes into season 2, season 3, however many seasons we end up getting Mandalorian. So if you're talking about a movie character, that's that movie, right? That Iron Patriot will always be in that movie. Like he'll always be in that scene. When you're talking about a TV series, you're kind of talking about it as a whole, which is a lot different. And it's not whether or not that's right or if it's wrong. But in my head, it's like, oh, well, Mandalorian is great. But when I think of Mandalorian now, it's Mando and Grogu. Everybody else kind of comes in and goes. But they're the main cast. And I just kind of went in thinking it was going to be Mando, Grogu, IG-11. And so I felt personally slighted. That's all. I think that's it.
No, I get you. I was really like sad at that episode. You know what I mean? And I'm like, well, he's a droid. Maybe something will. Oh no, nothing's going to survive in that situation. Because I really love the character. I really love the way he's portrayed. I don't know. I thought it was just different. I thought it kind of like they did a lot of work to make this work well, whereas when that other company did it, not so much. They tried. They tried. Have to give them credit for trying. But this is a difficult figure to even make. In Empire Strikes Back, it was on a stand. You know what I mean? It didn't really move at all. They just moved it around. It didn't move. There was no movement on this, and just that's making something that
articulated head, right? Like that's probably why his head just turned.
Yeah. It's like there was to make something like this actually physically work. Was a feat unto itself. Yeah. So, yeah.
Honestly, it's a solid number 1. I saw him when I was doing my research for this year. And he's a great figure. It was just like I go by character a lot as well, and I think that's like a lot with me. And like for me, it was like I almost have forgotten IG-11 in my mind because Mando has moved on so much from there.
Yeah. I think that's why Gandalf made it to that high up because it was that's more about character than anything else. That's just a character that I wanted.
Totally.
IG-88 is more of a construction thing, I think, for me. Like it's just like, wow, they did this and it's great and it works and it's fantastic and I love it.
I think that's a valid reason for him to be on the top list because construction wise, that's all new tooling. They've never done an IG model before, and they did it meticulously well. And Jason said he has like die cast feet or legs.
He does legs, yeah, he's right.
And that means that he's going to be super stable, and that's exactly what you hope he is. And you know, I have the Ultron, the plastic Ultron that they did. And I have such a huge problem with that figure after I bought it. Granted, I got him on super deep discount, so I have no problems. But posing him and whatnot, he's all plastic. But because he's so tall and super plasticky, he wants to tip either way all the time.
Right.
So die-cast legs go a big way.
Yeah, I think a lot of my picks were this year were a little more emotional than they were last time around. I think it was more like, hey, I've been waiting a long time for a Godfather sculpt that I could put on this thing and put in my, with my Tony Soprano and Michael Corleone, and like, it's there. You know what I mean? That's great.
Yeah.
It's good. Is it the greatest figure ever? No, but I wanted that figure, and that's that's where it is. So
what we can say is, I think 2021 as a whole has been an emotional year.
Hell yeah.
So I think that's a valid way to go by your list.
True enough.
We can end it there.
Can we? So I guess if we had to pick a cumulative number one, I mean,
Gunslinger.
I can't say it's the Gunslinger for me because
but 2 out of 3 vote Gunslinger. I feel like it's the Gunslinger. we can talk about this off camera, but
All right, is this how we did it last time?
No,
is this how you felt?
We just gave. I'm telling you, we just gave TJ a whole load of shit.
You guys just fucking harass the shit out of me.
I think for some reason we came up with very similar lists last year, but just in different places. Like there were some things that were just like. You're right. 2 years ago, it was like what's going to be in 7th place, and it was like it's clearly like something that the two of us at least thought were great, and then there was some miscellaneous things. But
I think our list is so wildly different that we would have to have a separate cast just about us talking through the points for why each one like winds up in our top 5 or something like that.
Yeah. But I think you're right. I mean, I did open the Gunslinger, and I was overwhelmed by the amount of stuff. First of all, it's incredible. I mean, just from the sheer point of view of accessories that you get for the price is amazing. The figure looks great. Again, I don't have a whole lot of attachment to the game, but I wanted it. I wanted it anyway. So, I mean, that's got to say something. And I probably, if I opened it, it probably would have hit in my 5 or 6. So, yeah, that's our.
I wanted to also say about that Gunslinger, though, like VTS Toys did a Arthur Morgan as well. And if you put the two side by side, Limb Toys, like, knocked it out the goddamn park, while VTS maybe got a double. It's like a night and day difference. Like Lim just took it a mile beyond and just kept running with it.
Look at you with more sports references.
I don't know sports. He got a touchdown and then he kicked a field goal and then hole in one.
Sports.
Goal.
All right, so there you go. If you can even find them anymore, which I don't think you can. No. You're going to be paying a lot of money for them probably at this point. I think I have 2.
Wait, you have 2?
I think.
Harass Trevor.
I mean, I have my order from Toy Origin that's going to be fulfilled God knows when.
Yeah, that's my situation. All right, there you have it. That's our top 10. Cumulative number 1 is the Outlaw Gunslinger, whatever they're calling him now.
We'll talk about a cumulative list, I think, after.
So I just want to say that.
Well, that's the cumulative number 1 anyway. That's
no, it's Thanos.
Group number 1.
Thanos always in perpetuity.
Stop. Hold on. I just want to say, this year, Tom and I are in alignment. Yeah. Next year, Tom might be on the other side of this. So let's be nice to him today.
I actually already know what I think my figure of the year is next year, but we'll see.
Really?
For next year?
Well, I know what I'm most excited about. I don't think you guys give a shit about it, so it might be alarm. Yeah.
What is that?
Is it 1/12 scale with
giant?
This is a
1/6
giant
show.
eyes.
We're talking about 1/6
I'm just saying, like some people reached out to me today. They were worried the two of you would bust out some Dungeons and Dragons and some bug-eyed figures. I'm just saying.
Okay. First off, there's nothing wrong with anime. Okay.
I'm just saying, like that's the rep right now. Like I'm the only one keeping it real.
I got a whole other show for the Dungeons and Dragons.
Keeping it real? Yeah. This is all about 1/6 scale. It doesn't matter what property it's
from.
Well,
I keep it real to the show, but I'll tell you why. Because I shoot 1/6 and I drink a lot of beer.
You know what? You're right. The 1/6 shooter doesn't shoot a lot of 1/6. We'll leave it there.
Yeah, the 112 shooter was taken.
Okay, on that look, I should go.
It's too late to change the name. Did you see the Arwen? I shot Arwen the other day.
Beautiful.
That was really nice.
We have that coming into this house pretty soon. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a good looking figure. All right, everybody. It's late. Appreciate everybody sticking with us.
Thank you for bearing with us.
Fabian, everybody who's not a 1/6 person who came in here because they thought it was Legion's Lounge.
Well, look at what Elliot said.
And learned a little something.
Thank you. There have been some great 1/6 scale anime figures.
Yeah, there have.
There's going to be even more next year. So
There have been. Yeah, animes. Yeah, it's definitely a lot more companies getting into that too. 1/6 was. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks everybody. Thanks Jason. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you. I don't know. We're going to try and work out a schedule. We're
just started the shit regularly.
Definitely more regularly. I think we can do the every other week thing.
Yes.
Which next month?
There seems to be
the same thing as every other week.
Yeah, that's even better.
Yes,
a fortnight.
Thank
How
you.
about a fortnight? We'll do a fortnight every.
Whatever that means.
Wow, going British.
Anime characters with guns. Let's do it. Fortnite. That's what they do, right? And then they do pop and locks.
Yes.
No? Okay. That's what the kids like.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Thank you guys for tuning in. Appreciate it. So glad you came.
We'll see. How do you do the heart thing? Who does that heart thing? Do you do that? No?
What are you doing?
Anyway,
what was that?
You create a heart with the thing.
Just do this. That's a heart right there. That's what the kids do this for hearts now.
This is a heart?
Yeah, it makes a heart. See, look, it's a, well, there you go. It's a heart.
All right. See you guys.
Bye, everybody.